In this moment, as the world dances softly outside your window, take a deep breath. Inhale slowly, letting the air fill your lungs, and then exhale gently, releasing any tension you may be holding. Allow the weight of your body to rest naturally against the chair beneath you, feeling the contours and the solidity that support you. Notice the gentle hum of life around you, the distant sound of birds softly chirping, the rustling leaves swaying with the breeze, and perhaps faint ticking of a clock that marks the passage of time. With each breath, invite your awareness to settle deeper into the now, like a leaf drifting down onto the surface of a still pond. Feel how this moment cradles you, inviting you to observe without haste, to listen without judgment. As the sun began its descent, painting the sky in hues of gold and lavender, Anna stood in her kitchen, surrounded by the comforting aroma of rosemary and garlic lingering from the meal she had prepared. The faint sounds of her family winding down from their day echoed in the background, laughter mingling with the clinking of silverware and the soft rustle of napkins. It was time to wash the dishes. A simple act, she thought, yet within this ordinary routine lay an opportunity to cultivate presence. She turned on the warm water, watching as the steam spiraled delicately upwards, and she felt the soft spray mist against her face, each droplet a gentle reminder to be here. Now, with the first dish a deep blue plate, she slid it under the hot water, and immediately a wave of warmth enveloped her hands. She noticed the contrast of the cold ceramic upon her fingertips, and how, as the heat from the water diffused through, it spread a soothing sensation up her wrists and into her arms. As the soap began to lather, thick and fluffy, it offered a fragrant, almost playful scent that danced around her. Whispering of calm in this moment, Anna allowed her mind to drift like a floating feather, lightly touching on the thoughts arising snippets of her day, desires for tomorrow, hopes and worries intermingling. Yet, as they appeared, she met them with an open heart, letting go of any need to engage or follow. Instead, she focused on the rhythm of her hands moving in the warm suds, carving a path of serenity through the endless cycle of the kitchen. The clatter of silverware filled her ears, each piece telling a story of the laughter shared over dinner. The spoon, a whispered invitation to savor sweetness. The fork, a reminder of rich conversations tangled around the table. Each item she washed became a meditation, an exploration of presence, as she turned them in her hands, feeling their textures, their shapes, even their weight. She traced the grooves of the knife, smooth and cool, reflecting the dim light of the kitchen, and in that moment, all her worries fell away, and she was simply there, in the act of washing. As she moved on to the next dish, the sound of water splashing melted into her consciousness, a gentle symphony of cleansing. She watched as the water cascaded over each surface, the beads glistening like tiny jewels before trickling away. In that moment of observation, she felt the fleeting nature of time, each moment washing away like the bubbles escaping from her hands, canned, and amidst it all, there was a profound sense of calm washing over her, a gentle reminder that life ebbs and flows, much like the water, embracing both clarity and the murkiness that sometimes surfaces. With every dish she cleaned, she became more attuned to the world around her. The fading light filtered through the kitchen window, illuminating the dust particles that danced slowly in the air, each a silent witness to her solitary ritual. Sound became richer. Laughter from the other room resonated like music, serving as a backdrop to her thoughts while drawing her deeper into her own heart. The gentle rhythm of the kitchen became a sacred space, a pause while the clock continued its relentless ticking. Outside, the sky shifted into twilight, and soon the first evening stars emerged, tiny pinpricks of light against the darkening canvas of the universe, blinking softly, reminding her that she too was part of a larger story. with each dish stacked upon the drying rack. She noticed a swelling of gratitude within her, humble appreciation for the warmth of her home, the love that lingered in the air, and the sustenance that filled their bellies. The simple act of washing dishes transformed into a wellspring of connection, linking her to the moments shared in the lives intertwined in her home. As Anna placed the last dish down, she lifted her hands from the sudsy water and felt the coolness of the air against her skin. The residue of soap lingered, a gentle reminder of the journey she had taken, moment by moment. She sensed the stillness settle in her chest, a deep inner peace that spoke to her heart, that even in the mundane there was beauty, stillness, and a form of celebration waiting to be uncovered in the fading light. She took a moment to stand still, reflecting on the quiet dance of the evening unfolding around her. The sounds of her family continued, each note calling her back to the present, guiding her into the warmth of connection. She felt her breath, soft and steady, settling into a rhythm that matched the pulse of the universe surrounding her. And so, as the evening deepened and shadows stretched long across the kitchen floor, Anna learned an intimate truth, that by washing the dishes, she had also washed her mind, her heart, freeing herself from the weight of expectations and the burdens of the day. In this simple act, she found clarity and connection, reminding her that every moment can be an offering, a chance to be fully, beautifully present. When you embrace each task with mindfulness, you may discover that they hold the potential for grace and reflection, guiding you gently back to a profound sense of peace, just waiting to be felt. In the soft folds of the morning, as the sun stretches its golden arms across the horizon, we find ourselves enveloped in a moment that asks nothing of us but to simply be. Allow your breath to settle, each inhale a gentle invitation to the present, and each exhale a release of the past. In this shared stillness, let's open ourselves to the world just as it is, grounded in this moment, with curiosity and kindness. We invite the everyday miracles to reveal themselves, whispering their stories in quiet tones, stories not of grand gestures, but of the profound beauty found in the ordinary dot. Imagine, if you will, the kitchen nestled in the heart of a modest home. Morning light pours in, casting intricate shadows that dance across the countertops, while the soft hum of a kettle awakens the serenity of the space. Today, it is your turn to wash the dishes, an act both simple and profound, a ritual that connects you to the very essence of being alive. You approach the sink, feeling the coolness of the porcelain against your fingertips. With a mindful breath, you turn on the faucet. The sound of rushing water fills the air, a soothing symphony that speaks of its journey from the sky to your home. Allow yourself to really listen to this luminous cascade as it intertwines with the silence around you, creating a melody just for you. As the water flows, you witness its clarity, each droplet catching the light, sparkling like little stars in a transient universe. With a temperature just right, you place your hands beneath the stream, feeling the refreshing sensation against your skin. It's invigorating, this act of cleansing, as warmth seeps into your fingers, inviting you to let go of tension and to just be. Now you reach for the first plate, its surface smooth and cool. As you submerge it in the water, you can hear the gentle splashing, a rhythmic heartbeat in the stillness of the morning. The soap glides over the plate, creating a frothy lather that rises like soft clouds. Notice how your mind may sway. Thoughts of yesterday may drift in and out. Reminders of what lies ahead linger at the edges. Gently allow them to float by, like leaves carried away on a stream, without clinging to any of them. Washing each dish, each cup, you tune in to the sensations surrounding you. The fragrant smell of lemon-scented soap reaches your nose, mingling with the clean scent of fresh water. You can feel the warmth of the sun increasing on your back as it rises higher, an embrace from the day. Each stroke of your hands against the plates becomes intentional, a practice in presence. With each dish, you can explore the imperfections. A small chip on an edge here, a fading design there. A history speaks in whispers, reminders of meals shared, laughter echoed, and even tears shed. You honor these stories as you cleanse them, a pact between you and the lifetimes they have witnessed. Each dish transforms from the residue of meals past into a gleaming emblem of renewal, poised to serve again. And then the kitchen begins to fill with sound, the gentle clinking of dishes as they join together in the drying rack. A soft symphony bearing witness to each moment you share. Take a second to appreciate this harmony, the rhythm of water, the sweetness of soap, natsu, and the resonance of dishes dancing lightly in their place. Your hands slip titillatingly through the water, a tea, and you draw your consciousness to the feel of the warmth against your palms, the persistence of bubbles as they froth and float towards the surface. Lean into the sensation, letting an exquisite stillness envelop you. Each touch is a reminder that you are alive, here and now. After some time, you pause, your hands lazily cradling a fragile cup. The light refracts through its delicate porcelain, scattering little rainbows across the counter. You feel the gentleness in your touch, as if cradling an unspoken wish. In this very moment, you find beauty in fragility, the acknowledgement that every piece holds the capacity for shattering, and yet, here it is with you, safe within your grasp. Slowly, you place it beside its companions, noticing how they stand, in quiet order, a community of their own. In this gathering, differences and similarities coexist, a collective testament to their journeys, much like ours. They remind you, with a silent elegance, that connection exists in the spaces between, in the unvoiced understanding of the beauty that life weaves between hearts. You wash the final dish, a steaming bowl that cradled the day's nourishment. As you lift it from the water, you feel its warmth imbue your hands, a momentary exchange between maker and served. It's as though you are holding the essence of experience, the meal that nourished not just the body, but the spirit. A breath dances through you, expanding, reminding you to inhale deeply once more the gift of life. The richness of the ordinary. Now you turn off the faucet. The water slows to silence, as though the world holds its breath alongside you. The kitchen sits still, the air humming softly with the lingering warmth of quiet reprieve after work well done. You allow your eyes to wander over the gleaming dishes, each one a small treasure, reflecting the sunlight streaming in, filled with the promise of simplicity. In this moment, there is no rush to wipe them dry. Instead, you let them bask in the light, just as you are doing. And so, with a heart full of gratitude, you step back from the sink, your body relaxed, your spirit at ease. There is a profundity to this practice, a lesson in every drop of water, every rise and fall of the breath. Within the mundane, there exists the sacred. The act of washing dishes becomes more than a chore. It transforms into a celebration of life, a gentle reminder that presence can blossom in the most unsuspecting corners of our days. As you step away from the sink, allow this experience to settle within you, a soft echo of awareness that lingers, as gentle as the fading sunlight. With each breath, remind yourself that life invites you always to engage in the present of the water, the dishes, the warmth against your skin. Here lies the gift of everyday moments, woven delicately through your heart, an invitation to return whenever you might need. But in the stillness of water, find your own peace, for it is always within reach. In this moment, as you settle into your seat, gently close your eyes if it feels comfortable, or soften your gaze upon a spot in the room. Take a deep breath in, allowing the air to fill your lungs, expanding your belly like a soft balloon, and then slowly release it, feeling the weight of the day beginning to dissolve. Inhale again, savoring the crisp sensation of breath, and exhale, letting go of any tension you may be holding. As you draw your awareness inward, allow thoughts to float by like leaves on a stream, acknowledging their presence without judgment. Here, in this space, we invite you to become a witness to life as it unfolds, to embrace the simplicity and profundity of each moment. It was a quiet Saturday morning, the kind that came gently to life, hinting at a day both ordinary and profound. Sunlight spilled through the window, casting warm pools of light on the wooden floor, creating patterns that danced ever so slightly with the breeze. The kitchen, still adorned with the remnants of a simple breakfast, felt like a sanctuary, a space where time could stretch, where stillness could dwell amidst the clamor of life. You moved to the sink, the soft clink of ceramic dishes providing a rhythmic backdrop as you prepare to wash. The water flows crisp and clear, cascading from the faucet like a gentle stream, reflecting the sunlight in a playful shimmer. You pause for a moment, hands hovering over the water, feeling the coolness before it warms to the temperature of your skin. As you submerge the first plate, your fingers embrace its smooth surface. There is a sensation of both solidity and vulnerability, as if the plate holds the stories of countless meals shared. The warm, soapy water envelops your hands, creating a soft barrier against the world. As you scrub, the scent of lemon and apple blossoms mingles, filling the air with a soothing aroma that sparks a nostalgic memory of spring days long past. Each dish becomes a small world as you immerse yourself in the act, lifting a bowl and watching the beads of water race down its curve. The sound of water splashing, the soft clinking of porcelain against porcelain, all form a gentle symphony that draws you deeper into presence. With each circular motion, you discover a deeper level of awareness, not just of the dishes, but of yourself, thoughts silently surfacing, then fading like the bubbles that form and dissolve. Maybe a thought drifts in, an urgent reminder of a task left undone, or a worry about tomorrow begins to bubble to the surface. Instead of pushing it away, you allow it to be, recognizing it as part of the greater rhythm of your mind, like ripples on the surface of a pond, momentary and transient. You bring your attention back to the water, the gentle friction of the sponge against the plate, the warm embrace of the soapy liquid. In this simplicity, you find a subtle invitation to just be as you place the cleaned dishes in a drying rack. You notice a small, delicate vase nestled there, an heirloom passed down through generations, fragile yet unyielding. Your fingers graze its surface, the coolness reminding you of the circular nature of life fragility, embraced by strength. Moments cherished through care. It echoes the stories of laughter and sadness, of gatherings and silences, much like the feelings that quietly settle within your heart. With each new dish, you dedicate this moment, not just to cleansing, but to honoring the meals shared, the friendships forged, the love poured into every moment of connection. You feel the familiar weight of gratitude expand in your chest with every rinse. The water flows freely, a reminder of the ebb and flow of all things. The rhythm envelops you, and you surrender to it, like a leaf caught in the tender caress of a stream. Gradually, you find yourself drawing back mentally into a more expansive awareness. You step away from the dishes, perhaps a bit too soon, but so acutely aware of the stillness echoing around you. The quiet hum of the refrigerator coexists with the faint chirping of birds outside, a celebration of this peaceful morning unfolding. As you turn away from the sink and step into the sunlight pouring through the window, you feel its warmth on your skin, a gentle kiss from the universe, a reminder that life in all its simplicity pulses around you. You allow your gaze to drift out the window where trees dance in slow motion, their leaves shimmering in the light breeze. The colors blend harmoniously, greens kissed with gold, revealing the beauty of the present moment. The awareness of your surroundings begins to expand further, how the air feels as it brushes past your cheeks, how the shadows waltz across the floor, reminding you that the day is both bright and dim, filled with contrasts. Such is the nature of life. You breathe, yet again, allowing your heart to fill with the gentle rhythm of existence. Grateful, you stand for a moment longer, absorbing the vibrant life outside, feeling the echo of warmth in your chest that radiates outward. Every breath seems to say, here I am. With intention, you decide to step forward, leaving the dishes behind confidently, no longer a task on the to-do list, but a part of the living tapestry of the day. With each stride, you carry the warmth of the sunlight and the serenity of the moment, feeling deeply rooted in this very experience. In the midst of our lives, the ordinary can emerge as extraordinary when we open ourselves to presence. Like the simple act of washing dishes, moments can cradle the weight of reflection, renewal, and gratitude. In letting go of the incessant urges to rush or worry, we invite peace into our hearts. As you return to the rhythm of your day, carry this gentle awareness with you, a reminder that each moment, no matter how seemingly mundane, is a sacred opportunity to step into life, to embrace, and to simply be. In the soft embrace of the present moment, allow yourself to feel the gentle pull of life as you settle into the rhythm of your breath. Okay? Feel the air as it fills your lungs, a quiet tide that washes over you, carrying with it the sense of your surroundings, the faint trace of morning coffee, perhaps, or the crisp whisper of leaves brushing against one another. With each inhale, invite stillness to seep into your being, and with each exhale, let go of the thoughts that flutter like moths around a flickering flame. You are here now, amidst the ordinary magic that surrounds us. The kitchen was a sanctuary of light, filtered through sheer curtains that danced softly in the morning breeze. Sunbeams poured through like liquid gold, casting gentle patterns across the countertop where remnants of yesterday's meals rested, a silent testament to sustenance shared. The bowls and plates lay in a gentle disarray, flecks of rice and bits of leafy greens still clinging to their surfaces, memories of laughter and conversation woven into their very being. You stood before the sink, a vessel of calm amidst the cluster of forgotten tasks. The water splashed, warm and inviting, as you twisted the faucet, listening to the calming gurgle as the stream emerged, cascading down like a gentle waterfall into the basin below. Each droplet, a moment in time, sparkled with clarity and purpose. As your hand slipped into the warm water, you felt its embrace. It's a soft caress that enveloped your fingers, drawing you deeper into the serene moment. The sensation was soothing, as if the worries of yesterday and the uncertainties of tomorrow faded into the rhythm of the now. The weight of the world rested lightly on your shoulders, dissolving with each scrub and rinse, like sandcastle towers collapsing softly into the incoming tide. Picking up the first plate, you took a deep breath, allowing your presence to fill the space around you. The porcelain felt cool against your skin, and as the soapy cloth glided across its surface, you could almost hear a quiet sigh of relief, the plate surrendering itself to your gentle attention. Each stroke became a meditation, a quiet conversation held in the silence between you and the dish. The kitchen was alive with sounds, the quiet splashing of water, the distant chirping of birds, the soft rustle of the wind as it played with the leaves outside. You closed your eyes for a moment, simply allowing the symphony of the world to reach your ears, letting it carry you further into presence. Here, you are not just washing dishes. You are part of a greater ebb and flow, an inherent dance of daily existence, where each task, no matter how mundane, held the potential for beauty. You rinsed the plate, watching as the water cascaded over it in silvery ribbons, catching the sunlight's glimmer. It was mesmerizing, and you could feel the warmth of connection between your heart and this moment. fleeting acknowledgement that even this small act was imbued with grace. You marveled not only at the dish now sparkling like a slate awaiting a new story, but at the freshness enveloping your spirit. A gentle reminder that in each moment lies the possibility of renewal. With each item you washed the forks, the cups, the aging cutting board thoughts may have flitted through your mind like leaves swirling in the autumn air. In those moments, you noticed how easily the mind collects remnants of the past or unfurls into plans for the next days, but you did not cling to them. Instead, you acknowledged their presence, letting them drift just as clouds shift across a tranquil sky. By focusing on the rhythmic sensations, the soap suds frothing like tiny clouds in your warm embrace, the sound of water swirling down the drain, the fragrant whispers of lemon and lavender mixing in the air, you deepened your experience. The texture of the cloth, once a simple utility, became a connection to all the moments that led you here, to this very basin of warm water and peaceful reflection. A sudden pang of awareness graced your mind. This act, so simple and often overlooked, held the essence of life itself. The dishes, just as the memories and emotions we carry, required both care and attention. To wash was to honor the shared meals, the moments of connection and love poured into cooking, the sustenance that nourished not just bodies, but hearts. You set down the knuckling plate and leaned your arms against the edge of the sink, letting the spent water swirl away, a small cyclone disappearing into the drain, merging with the world beyond. You could feel the release, a lightness washing over you as the busy thoughts began to untangle like threads freed from a tightly woven tapestry. As you reached for the next cup, you caught your breath, sensing a quickening heartbeat beneath your chest. It was exhilarating and grounding all at once. You lifted the cup to your lips, scent of still warm coffee lingering in the Erit's invitation, wrapped in the promise of connection. The sun poured in, illuminating not just the cup, but your very essence. You felt an alignment between the wider world and the intimate landscape of your heart. Here, you whispered to yourself, this is home. And in that small truth, there was peace. As the wash progressed, you found a rhythm, a gentle dance that rooted you further into the soil of the present moment. You became an artist, the dishes your canvas, each touch a brushstroke of care. And with each passing moment, you experienced the unadorned reality of your life, unmarred by the weight of guilt or anticipation. Just the sacredness of being human, alive and awake, in the tender embrace of the here and now. As you rinsed the last cup and placed it alongside its clean companions, a soft sigh escaped your lips. This was not merely a chore completed. It was an acknowledgement of gratitude for the food that fed your body, the heart that loved the cooking, and the moments spent woven in laughter, chaos, and quiet companionship. You turned off the tap. The water's protest ceased, replaced by the gentle lull of a home settling into the afternoon. As you reached for a towel, a thought bubbled softly within, a reassurance born of simple awareness. Life, with all its beautiful complexities, is composed of these small moments, the moments when you can choose to be present, to feel, to connect, all wrapped in a common thread of daily existence. As you step back from the sink, it's a kitchen, now a reflection of your inner quietude. Remember how the act of washing dishes today was not just a task, but an opportunity reminder that life unfolds in the simplest of moments, waiting patiently to be seen, felt, and cherished. Let your heart carry this stillness with you, a gentle whisper to return to whenever the world grows loud. In the embrace of the ordinary, may you always find the extraordinary. Let us take a moment to arrive together, here and now. As you find a comfortable position, allow your breath to flow gently, like a river meandering through a quiet forest. Inhale deeply, feeling the cool air fill your lungs, and exhale slowly, releasing the weight of your day. With each breath, notice the rhythm of your body, the rise and fall of your chest, the gentle beating of your heart. Perhaps you can feel the ground beneath you, steady and reassuring, a solid foundation in this present moment. Embrace this stillness as we step into a simple scene where the mundane becomes a canvas for finding grace in mindfulness. It was a crisp morning, the kind that invites a slow awakening. Sunlight slipped through the kitchen window, casting soft glimmers on the countertop. A stack of dishes awaited a collection of remnants from the night before, the thread of a life woven into cutlery, plates, and glasses. Each dish a silent witness to laughter, conversation, and fleeting moments that had come together like intricate brushstrokes on a beloved canvas. As you approach the sink, take a moment to notice the textures before you. It's the smoothness of the part, ceramic plates, the cool hardness of glass, the unyielding surface of stainless steel. As water cascades from the faucet, a gentle symphony begins, the rhythmic patter of droplets merging with a soft trickle that follows. A sound that invites presence, a sound that says, "Look here, into this moment." You pick up the first plate, cradling it in your hands. Feel the weight of it, how it rests comfortably in your palms. Notice the remnants of a meal, perhaps a smudge of marinara or a sprinkle of herbs. Take this time to appreciate the colors and contours, the slight indentations that tell stories of previous dinners shared. As you immerse the plate under the warm water, feel the heat rising, wrapping around your fingers like a gentle hug. Allow your mind to settle here, flowing with the sensations, the warmth, the soapiness, the way the water dances against your skin. Each movement becomes a meditation. The circular motion of the cloth gliding over the surface is a dance performed in honor of the everyday. Listen closely. The sound of the water is like a heartbeat, steady and soothing. Each swirl, each splash, a reminder of life's continual flow. Breathe in the fragrance of the dish soap, the freshness mingling with the earthy scent of the morning air. Here, amidst the lather and suds, there is an opportunity to anchor yourself, to feel the pull of the moment as you rinse the plate. The water cascades off with a familiar sound, a soft whisper as it joins the pool below. Watch as the light catches the droplets, momentarily glimmering like tiny stars before they blend back into the stream. Let this small miracle sink into your awareness, the beauty of transformation. Even in the simplest act. Now, shift your focus to the task ahead. You lit the next dish, bowl perhaps, that held a beloved soup or a comforting salad. What memories cling to its surface? What warmth did it cradle in its rounded embrace? Allow your thoughts to flow, but do not grasp them. Let them float by like leaves carried downstream, each thought valid, yet each one a passing moment. As you scrub, notice how your fingers fit into the contours of the bowl, the way you can feel every curve and dip. There's an intimacy in this act, the connection between you and the vessel that held nourishment, a vessel that has stories to share if only we pause long enough to listen. The bowl offers resistance against the cloth, its smoothness almost a conversation, a delightful engagement of effort and care. With each rinse, each gentle clean, you become more aware of the present. The rhythmic sound of water becomes a heartbeat for your thoughts, a soothing cadence drawing you deeper into awareness. Feel the gentle tension in your shoulders begin to soften. Let that softening extend outward, blooming through your chest, spreading through your arms, through your hands, to every dish that cradles our humanity. As you work through each piece of cutlery, the forks, the spoons, the knives, the attentive motions transform into a contemplative dance. Each gleaming surface reflects the unique stories of family gatherings, late-night snacks, and early breakfasts. Contemplating the value of their existence, you begin to notice that even the most mundane objects are steeped with personal history. Each piece a vessel of life's simple pleasures. Now, ask yourself, how does it feel to slow down? Stir the waters of your mind with each gentle scrub, to appreciate the fluidity of time unraveling itself in the steam rising from the sink. You may feel thoughts surfacing, concerns from your day, or lingering anxieties. Acknowledge them, then return to the sensation of water against skin, of tasks completed with intention and care. You set aside the final dish, taking a step back to witness your work. The sink, now filled with gleaming plates and cleaned cutlery, reflects not just your effort, but the essence of presence. The small act of washing dishes, often seen as a chore, has morphed into a sanctuary, a moment of mindfulness that intertwines your breaths with the heart of the day. Let a sensation of gratitude wash over you, a quiet understanding that in these simple moments, life unfolds in its fullest. You take a breath, a deep, resounding breath, filling your being with the richness of this experience. This is where peace can be found, in the clicking of plates and the splashing of water. The kitchen is a space that has held much, and yet in its stillness now, it calls you to be present. Allow yourself to feel the vibrations of this moment, the warmth of sunlight streaming through the window, the calming sound of water settling into stillness as you dry your hands. Feel the fabric of the towel, the soft texture beneath your fingers. Another reminder of the present. With each wipe, let go of the residue of thought that lingers, just as the water drips away. This moment, like the dishes, will pass. Yet, the reverence of presence remains. The act of being deeply engaged in the now, no matter how small, reveals a peace that endures. A truth that life, in all its forms, is worthy of our attention and care. Step outside, if you wish, and let the world embrace you bright, full, and waiting like a canvas ready for the next brushstroke of life. In the soft embrace of a quiet afternoon, when time feels both still and abundant, let us take a gentle breath together. Inhale deeply, allowing the air to fill your lungs, the coolness of it awakening sensations long forgotten. And as you exhale, notice the warmth of your body, the gentle rise and fall of your chest, a rhythmic dance of life unfolding. In this shared space, let go of a day's worries, like leaves drifting down a serene stream. Each thought, a momentary ripple. As we settle into the now, a sanctuary of presence awaiting us, in a modest kitchen where sunlight spills through the window, illuminating the dust motes that hang lazily in the air. A woman stands at the sink. The dishes, a small mountain of ceramic and glass, wait patiently for her. A gentle clinking as she gathers them, quiet symphony of plates and cups, creating a melody that invites her to pause. She rolls up her sleeves, feeling the cool chill of the porcelain against her skin, sharp contrast to the warmth enveloping her heart as she runs warm water from the faucet. Watching it swirl and cascade into the basin, she allows herself to be fully here. The steam rises, wrapping around her like a comforting embrace. She takes a moment, feeling the warmth on her face, and closes her eyes just for a heartbeat. Tender stillness fills her as she listens to the water's song. The gurgling laughter as it fills the sink, almost as if the water itself is celebrating the simplicity of existence. With a soft sponge in hand, she begins the work, each stroke intentional, as if each dish were a heartfelt story waiting to be uncovered. The scrub of the sponge against the surface of a mug echoes memories, shared laughter over tea, late night chats enveloped in warmth. Each dish tells a tale. She caresses the curves of the rim, her fingers tracing the paths where time has left its gentle marks. The scent of warm, soapy water rises, its sweetness intoxicating, anchoring her to this moment, lost in her reverie. Her mind occasionally flits away a to-do list, vying for attention, reminders of tomorrow, clamoring for space. Yet, with each breath, she gently guides her awareness back, like a mother coaxing her child to listen. The simple act of washing the dishes becomes a grounding ritual. a thread weaving her back into the fabric of the here and now. A plate slips from her hands, splashing water against her arm. She pauses, startled for a heartbeat, feeling the cold sensation on her skin. Instead of judgment, a smile breaks, the laughter bubbling from within as she wipes her arm dry. This moment, too, is woven into the tapestry of her experience, reminder that imperfection is part of the beauty of life. The rhythm continues. She dips her hands into the bubble-laden water, noticing how the light dances on the surface, creating tiny rainbows of fleeting display. The sound of water swirling, echoing softly in the stillness of the kitchen, becomes a mantra. With each dish that becomes clean, she feels a weight lift, not just from her hands, but from her heart. Each rinse, each wipe, an offering to herself, a tender act of care amidst the chaos of life. Outside, a bird sings its song, twisting through the open window. Threading its way into her consciousness, she drifts momentarily into that sound, surrendering to its simplicity, the effortless flow of nature emerging right alongside her own simple task. It's the chirping, vibrant and alive, marries the mundane with the magical, reminding her that connection is everywhere. As she cleans and rinses, she notices the bubbles forming on the sponge, so delicate, yet so full of life. She holds it gently, as one might hold a fragile dream. The froth kisses her fingers, and she watches intently as they cling to the sponge before surrendering back into the water, beautiful in their temporary existence. How, like thoughts, they are formed, fleeting, dissolving back into the vast sea of awareness, and then, with a delicate swish, the last cup leaves her hand, the final piece of her puzzle. Her gaze steadies, resting on the cleansed dishes lining the rack, glistening under the sunlight. Each one stands proud, reflecting not just light, but the heart holds within her. In this simplest of moments, she experiences a profound connection to the world around her, breath mingling with the air, water whispering its secrets, and her heart opening in gratitude with a soft sigh. She wipes her hands dry on a dishcloth, the fabric's texture grounding her further. In this act, she acknowledges the grace of presence, the grace of doing and being. What once felt like a chore has transformed into a sanctuary, a refuge of stillness where the mundane intertwines with the sacred, where dish soap becomes sacred oil and sink water a holy stream. She pauses one last time, a gentle smile gracing her lips. In this brief silence, she recognizes that this moment, so ordinary yet profound, mirrors the exquisite nature of life itself, constant ebb and flow, a myriad of experiences, each carrying their own essence. She stands tall, finding herself once more anchored in the beauty of the now, feeling gratitude swell within her as she steps away from the sink. Heart whispering its gratitude, she learns that every moment can be an invitation, an open door into the realm of mindfulness. In the stillness of her heart and the clarity of her mind, she carries this essence with her, a soft reminder that peace is always accessible, waiting patiently in the everyday rhythms of life. With every breath, she knows she will return again and again to the whispering stream of now. In the quiet hour before dawn fully unfurls, a stillness envelops the world. The air is cool and soft, a blanket that wraps around the waking earth. As you find a comfortable seat, allow your breath to flow in and out like the gentle tide of the ocean. With each inhalation, invite a sense of calm, and as you exhale, let go of the tension that clings to your skin and settles in your heart. Here, in this moment, there is nothing to do but be. Let the world gently fade to the background, opening yourself to the present. Like the petals of a flower unfolding in the first light of day, imagine you stand by your kitchen sink, the sun's golden rays beginning to peek through the window, casting a warm glow across the countertop. The familiar scene unfolds like a cherished memory, a tapestry woven from countless mornings. The dishes, remnants of a shared meal, rest in the basin, their surfaces still glistening with yesterday's remnants. A simple task, washing the dishes, transforms into a sacred ritual. As you turn on the tap, the water rushes forth, sound of playful melody, splashing softly as it dances against the porcelain plates. Each droplet seems to sing of renewal, bouncing and refracting light in a prism of colors. You let the warm water flow over your fingers, the heat wrapping itself around you like an embrace. This warmth draws you deeper into the experience, anchoring you here in this moment of quiet intimacy with the mundane. You begin to pick up a plate, noticing its weight in your hand. As you lift it, the coolness of the surface caresses your palm. Allow yourself to pause, if only for a heartbeat. In this fleeting moment, observe the stories held within the plate's subtle grooves, the laughter, conversations, the love shared over meals. With gentle intention, you rub the sponge across its surface, feeling the gentle friction, the soothing glide. Foam begins to rise, enveloping the plate, tiny bubbles waltzing upwards. All part of the cleansing dance. With each movement, breathe in the scents that surround you, the fresh detergent, intermingling with the lingering aroma of herbs from last night's dinner. These scents become footnotes in your day, grounding you further into the act, reminding you of the simple joys that are stitched into the fabric of everyday life. As water cascades from the plate into the sink, listen to its soft splatter, an orchestra of sound amidst the stillness. Notice how the rhythm brings you deeper into presence, as if time itself has paused to witness this moment. Each plate, each cup, tells its own story. While as you wash, allow your thoughts to float in and out like clouds passing across a clear sky. No need to hold on to them. Observe. The melody of life continues around you, a constant reminder that you are part of something larger. A flowing river in the landscape of existence. As you reach for a bowl, you feel the heat of the water transform into a gentle steam, rising towards your face, warm against your skin. Taste that warmth, letting it sink into you, anchoring you further into the present. You are here, now, amidst the rhythm of your breath, the flow of water, the dance of light. The window invites the morning chorus, a symphony of chirping birds, rustling leaves, distant laughter, the hum of life awakening. Each sound offers a layer of serenity, perfectly blending with the soft splashes of water. Allow yourself to become a part of this harmonious tune as you wash and rinse. You feel waves of gratitude surging through you for the simplicity of this morning, for the nourishment shared, for the hands that brought joy into your life. Rinsing the last bowl, you take a moment to reflect. Place it into the dish rack with care. Here lies the heart of mindfulness, in the act of doing, in the gentle awareness of your actions. Each movement an invitation to presence. As you finish up, the sun climbs higher, streaming through the window with more vigor. It finds a way to dance on the droplets of water, creating tiny rainbows that flicker like whispers of joy. Don't rush to close the window or mask these fleeting jewels. Let them brim with the beauty of the moment. Step back, breathe in, and take inventory of how you feel. The world feels brighter, more alive, fused with possibility and peace in the quiet aftermath. As you dry your hands with a soft towel, feel the ridges of the fabric against your fingertips. Recognize the sensation and allow every fiber to add. Weave the vibrations of the moment all the way into your heart. You find your way to a small window, taking a moment to gaze outside. The trees sway gently, touched by the soft breeze. Each leaf rustles in harmony, a reminder of nature's wisdom to be flexible, to sway with life's currents, anchoring yet allowing. As you step back from the window, a soft smile finds its way to your lips, radiating a quiet contentment. Each gunge of soap and swirl of water remains an invitation for presence, a reminder that life is often composed of these hidden gems. As the day unfolds before you, carry this tranquility with you, gently stroking the edges of your heart, nurturing a connection so profound in the stillness of ordinary moments. There is nothing to rush. Everything is arriving right on time. Everything is just as it should be. Here, in the gentle rhythm of morning light, you stand firm, whole, and present, ready to embrace the day. In the tender embrace of this moment, let us take a breath together. Hail, feeling the cool air slip into your lungs, filling you with the lightness of now. Hold that breath for just a heartbeat, and then exhale gently, releasing all that does not serve you in this space. Listen for the quiet heartbeat of the world around you. Allow your thoughts to drift like clouds and focus on the here and now. Each breath is a new invitation to be fully present, to sink into this journey together, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. On an early morning when the sun lifted its head above the horizon, painting the sky with hues of soft pink and gold, there was a modest kitchen waiting patiently for its day to begin. The air felt fresh and crisp as it slipped through the open window, carrying with it the fragrance of dew-kissed grass and distant blossoms. This was a perfect moment to begin the day, and yet, deep within the stillness of the kitchen, a gentle call for attention arose. A woman named Clara entered the space. The floor felt cool beneath her bare feet, each step grounding her further into this act of caring for her home. She paused for a moment before the sink, where the remnants of yesterday's meal rested like forgotten stories on a porcelain plate. The gentle hum of the refrigerator filled the silence. And there she stood, enveloped in a cocoon of possibility, with eyes soft and aware. She began to fill the sink with warm water. The water dribbled and splashed a sweet, soothing murmur, like a whispered promise of renewal. Clara watched as the bubbles formed, their surfaces gleaming with the light of the morning sun. She took a deep breath, allowing herself to sink into the rhythm of this simple task, feeling the warmth of the water mingled with the cool air enveloping her. One by one, she carefully placed the plates into the basin. The gentle clattering resounded softly, a joyful orchestra of the commonplace. Each plate felt unique, each mark and scratch telling a story of gatherings, laughter, and togetherness. The sound of her movement wove through the kitchen, embracing her in a quilt of familiar Quiettude. As she picked up the first plate, it was warm against her palms, still holding the memory of a shared supper. She held it close, feeling the weight of it not just as clay and glaze, but as a vessel of connection to the past. As she dipped it into the water, the surface shimmering as it met the warmth. The plate surrendered remnants of the meal with each caress of her sponge, the small, rhythmic scrubs becoming a meditation unto themselves. She observed her thoughts, not racing or striving, but gently floating by. Like the steam rising from the warm water, the dish soap transformed the water into a frothy sea of sparkles, a dance of bubbles eager to pop and release their tiny bursts of joy. Clara allowed her senses to guide hers. She could hear the soft swishing of water, the gentle sways of her body, and the quiet thrum of her heartbeat. All these sounds blended into a symphony of simply being, and she felt herself become one with the task, as if she were partaking in a sacred ritual. With each plate washed, an unhurried presence enveloped her. Here, amidst the mundane, she found moments of clarity. Thoughts would arise of fleeting worry about tomorrow, a lingering question of her own self-worth, but here, in a gentle embrace of mindfulness, she simply observed them, watching as they swirled and ebbed like the bubbles escaping her hands. She did not cling or push them away. Instead, she allowed them to exist in their own right, transient and free, as Clara moved on to the cups, their curves cradling warmth and comfort. She felt the smoothness of each handle. The water poured from the faucet like a calming stream, its cadence like a heartbeat steady and unwavering. She lifted a cup and cupped it within both palms, feeling its coolness give way to the warmth of her touch. A moment passed, each breath inviting her deeper into this tranquility. She closed her eyes and savored what it meant to simply stand there in that ordinary location and be wholly herself. Through the soft sound of water and the tender touch of the sponge, each object in the kitchen became alive, vibrant with its own story. Each mundane item transformed into a companion in the quiet of the morning. The teapot with its chipped lid, the mismatched mugs from every birthday and holiday, all of them imbued with memories of laughter and comfort. She could practically hear the echoes of past conversations, the sweetness of shared moments washing over her like a warm tide dot as she moved to the silverware. Clinking of forks and spoons formed a gentle percussion, a calming backdrop to her inner landscape. With every stroke across the length of the rounded metal, she felt awareness flash brightly how lovely it was to be engaged in this act of care. The forks, once tangled in a drawer, now offered themselves in open embrace, inviting her to acknowledge their role in bringing sustenance and joy to her family. In this space, time no longer seemed to matter. Each second felt expansive, stretching open as if to hold her entire experience as she squeezed a drop of dish soap onto the sponge and began to clean. The rich scent of citrus wafted upward, mingling with the humidity of the steam rising from the sink. There was something alchemical about a transformation of the simple act of washing into a deep communion with her home and self. Finally, as she rinsed the last fork in the water, she let out a breath she didn't know she had been holding. The plate and cup stood gleaming in the sink, dry and waiting to be nestled back into their places, like friends returning home after a long journey. Clara stepped back and took a moment to absorb the shift within her. The act of washing dishes had become a meditation, a practice of presence, teaching her the beauty of stillness in action in that quiet kitchen. Surrounded by the intoxicating scents of morning and soap, Clara felt a subtle shift, a sense of belonging, a recognition of the sacred and the simple. Each dish, every splash of water, had called her back to herself, whispering truths sewn into the fabric of her daily life. She was reminded that amid the often chaotic journey, moments of serenity could be found in the mundane, where awareness blooms like flowers in the gentle light of day. As Clara finished her task, gentle contentment settled in her heart. She turned off the faucet and leaned against the counter, closing her eyes once more. The world outside continued its dance, but within her there was stillness, a groundedness born from appreciation of the present moment. Here, in this space of clarity, she understood that everything was interconnected, web-spun of love, duty, and the quiet beauty of being. Even as the day awaited her with its myriad tasks, she carried the peace of the moment with her, knowing that each day, like each dish, offered its own opportunity for mindfulness and renewal. As you settle into this moment, take a slow, deep breath. Allow the air to fill your lungs completely, holding it gently for a heartbeat before releasing it, letting go of any tension or worry. Notice the weight of your body where it meets the ground, the chair, or the softness of the bed. Feel the connection to the earth beneath you as it supports you unconditionally. As you breathe in, invite in the freshness of dawn, and as you breathe out, release the remnants of yesterday. Allow your awareness to gently unfurl like a petal opening to the sun, welcoming the day with its infinite possibilities. Imagine, if you will, a quiet kitchen bathed in the soft, golden light of morning. The sun has just begun to rise, casting delicate shadows that dance across the countertops while the world outside stirs to life. You find yourself standing in front of the sink, the air rich with the aroma of brewed coffee, a soothing backdrop to your thoughts. Your hands dip into the warm water, a comforting embrace swirling around them like a gentle caress. As you begin to wash the dishes from the night before, you can hear the soft clinking of dishes as they touch one another in a steady, rhythmic splash of water cascading over plates and glasses. With each breath, you become aware of the steam rising, a delicate mist that mingles with the fresh air entering the kitchen, inviting you deeper into the moment. You reach for a plate, its surface smooth and cool against your skin as you lather it with soap. Notice how your fingers glide across the surface, feeling the texture, the subtle ridges and curves. Each movement, a choreography of mindfulness, draws you further into the present. There is no rush. The world outside can wait. Each dish offers a new chance to connect, to ground yourself in the here and now. A quiet thought arises, whispering about the day ahead. You acknowledge it, like a passing cloud in the sky, allowing it to drift by without holding on. The dish once just an object now becomes a vessel of awareness, a reminder of the beauty in the simplicity of your actions. As you rinse the plate, you take a moment to feel the cool water pouring over your hands. It cascades off your fingertips, sparkling in the light. With each drop that falls, allow yourself to let go of any lingering thoughts. Here, in this moment, there is only the water, the plate, and you. The connection is profound, yet effortless. Next, you reach for a mug, a cherished one, adorned with a pattern of blossoms from spring past. You pause, reflecting on the memories intertwined with its ceramic embrace. Perhaps it held coffee shared with a friend, or the comfort of a warm tea on a rainy night. As you wash it, infuse each stroke with gratitude. Appreciate the stories it carries, the warmth it has offered. The gentle sounds of the kitchen echo around you, water flowing, the soft patter of droplets hitting the sink. No other noise is needed, just this symphony of the mundane, transformed into something sacred in its very simplicity. You feel each nook of your existence, the warmth of the sun on your back, the scent of the fresh coffee, the coolness of the dish in your hand, and the gentle rhythm of your breath. Time stretches, each second a precious bead on the string of your experience. As the last plate is washed and the bubbles swirl down the drain, take a moment to look around. The kitchen feels alive, vibrant in its stillness. Light glints off the clean dishes, casting tiny rainbows against the wall, as if the universe itself is rejoicing in the moment you have created, a dance of clarity and peace. Standing there, you breathe deeply again, feeling a quiet shift within. A sense of calm envelops you, as though you have woven yourself into the very fabric of the day. No longer just an activity, washing dishes has become a practice, a presence, a gentle reminder that each moment, no matter how small, holds the potential for awakening. As you dry your hands on a plush towel, you allow your thoughts to settle like dust on a sunbeam. Pictures of the day loom on the horizon of your mind, but now they seem distant. With the clarity of the here and now providing a soothing balm, you tuck the towel away and walk to the window, where the outside world begins to bloom. Green leaves shimmer in the sunlight, and birds chirp their symphonies of welcome to the day. As you witness this gentle unfolding, you recognize that your heart is a mirror to this tranquil scene, allowing peace and love to radiate forth. Take a moment to simply stand, observing, integrating the beauty that surrounds you. Each breath is a bridge into stillness, inviting you to continue the day with the spirit of mindfulness, to walk through life with this sense of presence as your guide, as you gently return your awareness to the room you are in, to carry with you the warmth of the morning's embrace, the clarity of washing each dish with intention, and the understanding that calm resides within you, ready to unfurl in moments of stillness throughout your day. Let this awareness be a gentle reminder that each act, however simple, is an invitation to be fully present, to find peace in the rhythm of existence, and to recognize that the beauty of life often lies in the quiet, unassuming moments. In this moment, as you settle into your breath, let the outside world soften and blur like the edges of a dream. Feel the weight of your body against the ground beneath you, solid and unwavering. Allow the rhythm of your breath to guide you deeper into the present, gentle rise and fall like the waves of the ocean, bringing with them the whispers of stillness. Each inhale invites clarity. Each exhale releases tension. As thoughts arise, acknowledge them as clouds passing in the vast sky of your mind, then return to the peaceful sanctuary of your breath. Here, in this space of awareness, we prepare to embark on a journey of simplicity and presence. Imagine a kitchen bathed in the golden light of the late afternoon sun, its soft glow cascading through the window, illuminating the dust particles dancing in the air. The warmth wraps around you like a gentle embrace, inviting you to pause and fully inhabit this space. You stand before the sink, a stack of dishes waiting patiently, each one a silent witness to the meals shared, the conversations held. You turn on the faucet and the water cascades forth, a soothing ambrosia. Its sound, a gentle melody interwoven with the symphony of your heart. As you wet your hands, feel the coolness of the water as it splashes against your skin, waking up the nerves with a tender caress. The familiar sensation awakens a sense of gratitude for the simple act of washing, how it grounds you in this moment. As your hands reach for the first plate, notice its weight and texture, the smoothness of porcelain, the slight imperfections where your fingertips find their place. With each stroke of the sponge, envision the remnants of the meal sliding away, dissolved like fleeting thoughts. The surface becomes clearer with each circular motion, small yet significant transformation happening in your hands, an invitation to be present with the task at hand. Feel the warmth of the soapy water enveloping your fingers. A fragrant bouquet of dish soap tangling with the aromas of the meals now gone, each scent of fond memory lingering in the air. With each plate you rinse, feel the water streaming through your fingers. A gentle reminder of the flow of life itself, current that carries away what is no longer needed. A sound emerges from beyond the window, a bird chirping somewhere in the branches of a nearby tree. Let this sound pull you deeper into the present moment as you pause for just a breath. The song of the bird is a sweet note of simplicity, a reminder of the beauty that exists in the everyday. In its cheerfulness, let your heart find a resonance, and knowing that you, too, are a note in this symphony of existence. As you continue washing the dishes, the rhythm becomes a practice, a dance. The quietness lends itself to contemplation, and as you scrub and rinse, thoughts flit like butterflies, colorful, ephemeral. You observe them without judgment, just as the clouds had passed earlier, acknowledging their presence with a tender smile before returning to the practice of washing. Each movement becomes a meditative gesture, an offering to this ordinary moment. You reach for a cup next to vessel, holding echoes of laughter and conversations at over morning coffees or evening teas. You can sense the warmth held within its walls, the memories steeped in the glaze. As you wash every curve and angle, feel the water hugging its shape. And let this touch remind you of the connections we make, the warmth we share, how the most mundane objects often carry our deepest stories in the midst of the gentle pulling, pushing of your hands against the surface. You notice a moment of resistance. The sponge struggles against a stubborn spot, a remnant that clings fiercely. Instead of rushing, you pause, take a breath, and lean into the challenge. What if, instead of forcing, you allowed the water to assist? You allowed the rinse to soak into that spot, watching, waiting. Surrender slowly, teaching you that some things in life require patience, that sometimes letting go is a process, not a forced. as you move on to the next dish. A sense of lightness grows within you. There is freedom and acceptance in meeting each moment with gentle curiosity. The water's cool embrace and the rhythmic sound of splashing become your mantra, grounding you, allowing you to explore the nature of effort and ease. You sense a shift in your heart, an opening that allows acceptance to blossom where resistance once stood. Here, in this act so simple, so humdrum, you discover the blossoming power of presence. The dishes are no longer just chores. They are carriers of mindfulness, vessels rippling outward to sweep you into the depths of awareness as your hands continue to engage with the water and dish. You lose your sense of time. A quiet stillness envelops you. You are here fully, beautifully within this moment. Your thoughts drift, return, drift again, weaving in and out of awareness like the gentle sway of a leaf in a breeze. And just as you think to turn off the faucet, a little drop of water hangs precariously from the spout, glistening in the sunlight, a solitary, joyous orb, teetering on the edge of release. You hold your breath, your heart aligning with this small moment of tension before the drop finally breaks free, plummeting into the basin below with a soft plink. Embrace the echo of that sound, and throughout your day, let it continue reverberating. In your heart, it symbolizes release, the beauty of letting go. Just as that drop of water, we, too, are shaped by our surroundings, by the moments we inhabit. And yet, we survive each fall, transforming into the next ripple in the water. With the last dish washed, you stand for a heartbeat longer, savoring that quiet connection with the work you have done. Each plate is not just cleaned, but transformed, licked smooth by the water, and in return, they reflect the light with newfound clarity. With each dish you put away, recognize that in this moment, you have returned to your self-dichotomies. Dissolve, you are simply you, as you step back from the sink. A stillness remains, settled as gently as the dust on the windowsill. You have rediscovered a sense of belonging within the ordinary, a glow born from mindfulness and presence. Life continues in its dance of routines and interruptions, yet within you lies a wellspring of peace, a reminder that the stillness you seek is always available, hidden in plain sight, waiting patiently for you to wash away the distractions, to reveal the beauty in the ordinary, and to embrace the quiet knowledge that every knock of the day can resonate with stillness. Hold this moment, let it unfold in its simplicity, and carry this peace into all that lies ahead. In the gentle embrace of this moment, let us find stillness together. Close your eyes if you like, and take a deep breath, okay? Inhale slowly, feeling the coolness of the air fill your lungs. And then exhale softly, releasing any tension that you may have unknowingly gathered. Allow yourself to arrive fully right here, right now, as the world outside fades into a distant hum. Imagine the sensations of your body grounding you to this very spot, your feet resting on the earth, your heart beating steadily within you. Let each beat remind you of your connection to this very moment, where every breath becomes a leaf floating on a river, gently carried along, never rushing, never grasping. Just be. And let us begin our story in the heart of a quiet kitchen. Sunlight streams through the window, casting warm patterns on the floor like an artist playing with golden paint. In the sink, a small pile of dishes rests, waiting patiently, each plate and cup whispering tales of meals shared, laughter echoing around the table. The air is tinged with scents of rosemary and garlic, remnants of a love-infused dinner that had taken place just hours ago, nourishing not only bodies, but spirits as well. As you step closer to the sink, you feel the coolness of the ceramic tile beneath your feet, grounding you further into this space. You roll up your sleeves, feeling the soft cotton against your skin, a gentle invitation to engage with the task at hand. Water begins to flow, a gentle, rhythmic cascade that sings as it meets the metal basin. The sound resonating in harmony with your heartbeat. With each dish you lift, you become aware of its unique texture, the smoothness of the plates, the rough edges of the cast iron skillet, the delicate glass of the wine glasses. You immerse them in the warm, soapy water, the bubbles rising like tiny stars, glistening in the light. Here you are, connected to the mundane yet extraordinary act of washing dishes. Each movement a dance in the symphony of life. As you scrub the first plate, the sponge glides across its surface with a soft, smoothing motion back and forth, as if you were tracing the contours of a beloved memory. You become aware of the sounds around you, the soft gurgle of water draining, the distant chirping of birds outside, a reminder that the world continues to turn. Even as you remain in this intimate moment, thoughts may come drifting in like clouds, bringing with them remnants of the day, the tasks left undone, conversations you had, the worries that sometimes speak too loudly. Acknowledge them, but allow them to drift by, not clinging or pushing away. Instead, focus on the sensation of the sponge working against the plate, soothing rhythm bringing you back to the present as you rinse each dish under the flow of fresh water. Notice the way it cascades elegantly around the curves, the droplets spilling like tiny jewels that shimmer before falling into the basin below. Feel the warmth of the water and the coolness as it runs over your fingers, energizing you, waking you to the sensation of being alive. Let this feeling wash over you, an embodiment of life. It's present and immediate. Placing the clean dishes on the drying rack, you take a moment to simply observe. The light highlights every curve, every shadow, and every shifting gallery of everyday beauty. Each dish has a story, a cherished moment embedded in the fabric of your life. There is a profound gratitude blooming within you, a recognition of the simple joys. You're reminded of the power in each tiny act, a connectedness threading through the fabric of daily existence. You feel your breath settle, hailing the warm, soapy scent mixed with the soft aroma of the rosemary that still clings to your fingers. With each exhale, release the weight of being elsewhere. Here, in this gentle sanctuary of the kitchen, it is enough just to be present. The world outside may revolve in chaos, but here you find peace. As the last dish dries, you look around the kitchen, each corner illuminated by the golden light of the setting sun. Everything feels alive, the wooden cutting board imbued with stories of meals past, the potted herbs leaning slightly toward the window, reaching for the light. Just as you reach for calm within, the kitchen is a vessel of memories, and you reside within it, a caretaker of both space and story. With a final glance at the shining dishes, you take a moment to reflect, seeking the stillness that exists even amidst the gentle clatter of daily life. The world is vast and complex, yet in this moment, you find clarity, a perfect fractal where simplicity and depth reside. The small responsibility of washing dishes becomes a reminder of the inherent beauty of being present, of seesawing between the rhythm of tasks and the stillness of awareness. As you step away from the sink, letting the water trickle away, you carry with you the essence of stillness, a subtle glow that resides in your heart. With each action you take, may you remember the soothing presence of mindfulness, an echo of peace you can return to again whenever life calls for your attention. Returning to this moment, let the warmth of your experience settle within you like soft rays of sunlight at day's end. Know that within the fabric of daily life lies a sanctuary of stillness and clarity, waiting patiently to be embraced. As you gently open your eyes, carry this feeling of peace with you, grounded in the present, open to whatever unfolds next. Just as each dish reflects the light in the room, so too does your presence reflect the beauty of this momentary journey. And in this reflection, may you always find your way back home. As you settle into this moment, allow yourself to find a comfortable position. Close your eyes gently, or lower your gaze to soften the world around you. Take a deep breath in, feeling your chest rise and expand, and then slowly release it, letting go of the weight of the day. Notice the way the air touches your skin, cool and refreshing, a reminder that you are here, now. With each breath, feel the ground beneath you, the support of the earth cradling you gently. You are alive, a part of this beautiful unfolding of life. Breathe in the present. Breathe out all that pulls you away from this moment. Consider the simple act of washing dishes. Picture a kitchen filled with the warm glow of late afternoon light, filtering through the window and casting soft shadows across the tiled countertops. The air carries with it a mingling of aromas, a hint of rosemary from dinner and the lingering sweetness of fresh fruit left on the table. The sounds around you, the distant hum of a refrigerator, the gentle whir of the ceiling fan, and the faint chirping of birds returning to their nests as the day winds down. You stand before the sink, hands poised, feeling the cool ceramic of the basin beneath your fingers. You run the water until it flows freely, the sound of it echoing softly in the quiet of the kitchen. Allow the sensation to fill your awareness. The warmth of the water as it spills over your hands and the rhythmic pattern it creates, a small waterfall in your world. As you drop the first plate into the sudsy embrace of the water, feel the weight of it in your hands. Notice the smooth surface, the remnants of the meal still clinging to the sides. There is life here, a history captured in the curves and edges of this dish. Allow your gaze to soften as you bring the sponge to meet the plate, the two becoming one in this moment of care. As you scrub, hear the gentle squeak of the sponge against the porcelain, a soft, intimate sound that invites you to listen deeply. Breathe in the scent of the dish soap, a fusion of citrus and fresh linen, and let it anchor you. With every swipe, every curl of your fingers around the handle, let go of the distractions of the day. Let them drift away like the bubbles dancing on the surface of the water. You notice the water's temperature, warm and soothing, wrapping your hands in a gentle hug. Feel the sensation of slipping the sponge against the rough edges where food once lingered. In this simple act, there is a reverence, a moment where the mundane transforms into something alive. Each scrub reveals the surface anew, as if uncovering the essence of the plate itself, freeing it from the past. Notice the thoughts that drift through your mind. They may bubble up like the foam on the water's surface. Thoughts of unfinished tasks, of what you need to do tomorrow, of conversations yet to be had. Acknowledge them without judgment, like ripples in a pond. They are temporary, passing through your awareness just as the bubbles burst and dissolve. As you rinse the plate under the stream of clear water, watch as the bubbles cascade away, leaving behind a glistening surface that reflects the sunlight, filtering into the room. Let your thoughts fade as you marvel at this transformation. It is here, in the act of washing, that you find connection not just to the plate, but to the moment itself, to the tactile sensation of water, to the sounds that envelop you, to the peaceful rhythm of your own breathing. Now, pick up a golden fork, glistening softly like sunlight captured at dusk. Feel the cool metal against your skin, a contrast to the warmth of the water. Begin to clean it, the delicate prongs and the curve of the handle inviting your touch. Each cleaning movement is a dance, deliberate and slow, as if time has paused to give you this space for presence. The world outside the window may hum with activity, the rustle of leaves in the breeze, laughter of children playing, the occasional bark of a dog nearby. But here, in your kitchen, you exist solely. Let each sound wash over you like waves upon the shore, a gentle reminder of the world moving on while you remain rooted in this moment, free from rush or anxiety. With every dish you wash, you invite gratitude into your heart. This is not just a chore, it is a ritual of care for yourself and those who share this space with you. Each plate holds memories, each cup carries laughter, and every fork embodies togetherness. As you stack the clean dishes to dry, notice the way they connect, side by side, just as you connect to each moment. Each thought, you are anchored in the familiar recognition of your own breath, a reminder that you are alive, here, in this very moment. The final plate washed, you step back to take in the serene sight of your work. The kitchen feels lighter, it's brighter, a space made sacred by your presence and intention. As you turn off the water, feel the stillness settle into the room, enveloping you like a warm blanket. The last echoes of water trickling down the drain bring an appreciation for the cycle of things, the gathering, the washing, and the drying, each stage integral to the whole. Let your hands dry, feeling the soft texture of the towel as it caresses your skin, rough yet comforting, a pulse of connection to your own body. You take a moment to simply stand, to acknowledge the space around you and the warmth in your heart. The tasks and worries may still be there, waiting, but they no longer hold the same weight. They are just thoughts, small clouds that drift through the sky of your mind. Breathe deeply once more, allowing the air to fill your lungs. From this place, you might find clarity or insight, a gentle shift toward understanding. Here, in the solitude of your kitchen, you have unearthed a moment of peace, a dance of presence in the simple act of washing dishes. With softening shoulders and a gentle smile, you can carry this sense of stillness into the rest of your day. As you return from this experience, take a gentle breath and feel the air flow once again, a reminder of the cycle of presence. Know that in the heart of the everyday lies a gateway to mindfulness, to connection, to love. Carry with you the quiet rhythm of water, the soothing awareness of being present in every moment, no matter how small. This is the gift of now. Close your eyes for a moment, taking a deep, soothing breath. Feel the air fill your lungs, cool and refreshing, as if a gentle breeze is carrying the scent of earth and sky. This is your moment, right here, right now. The world around you, with its bustling demands and endless distractions, fades into the background. Allow yourself to settle into your body, to feel the weight of it on the ground, solid, unyielding, yet utterly supportive. Let each breath guide you further into stillness, as if with every exhale, you are releasing a little more of what does not serve you. Keep breathing. The present moment is a precious gift, waiting patiently to be unwrapped. In a cozy home, sunlight filtered softly through the kitchen window, illuminating the gentle curves of a porcelain sink. The air held a hint of lavender from the essential oil diffuser that quietly hummed in the corner, infusing the space with warmth and calm. Anna stood before the sink, the water running clear and cool over a pile of dishes, a vibrant mosaic of colors from plates, cups, and utensils, each one holding a story of meals shared and laughter echoing across the table. The rhythmic sound of water cascading filled the room, a soothing symphony that danced with the thoughts whirling in Anna's mind. She could feel the softness of the dishcloth in her hands as she lifted the first plate, its surface still warm from the dishes that had come before. She let the moment stretch, pausing to observe the subtle play of light on its glossy finish. There was beauty here, an invitation to be fully present. As she began to wash, bubbles formed like tiny galaxies, each one suspended in its translucent sphere, reflecting light and color. With each circular movement of her hand, she felt the warmth of the water envelop her fingers, a gentle reminder that all was well. The soap, lemon-scented and fresh, released a fragrance that mingled with the air, grounding her further into the simplicity of the task and the quiet of the kitchen. The world outside continued its relentless pace, but Anna was anchored. Thoughts flitted in and out like the foam collecting at the edge of the sink, reminders of to-do lists, obligations, and worries. Yet, she allowed them to pass without clinging, like leaves drifting on a stream, each one a part of the flow, yet none able to disrupt the totality of her experience. As she rinsed the plate, the water cascaded down like gentle rain, tiny droplets dancing in the light before slipping back into the depths of the sink. She could feel the cleansing sensation against her fingertips, and in that moment, time expanded, second stretched into a soft embrace. Anna focused her awareness on the warmth of the water against her skin and the way the sensation mingled with the rhythm of her breath. She noticed how the act of washing dishes transformed from a task to a meditation. The weight of the plate shifted in her hands. The coolness of the metal silverware contrasted against the warmth of the ceramics. Each item came alive in her grasp, a testament to the love that filled her home, the nourishing meals shared with family and friends. It was an act of care for both the dishes and for herself. A soft sound broke the stillness, her child's laughter. Light and bright floated from the other room. Anna smiled at the sound, its joy filling her chest. She allowed herself to picture the child, carefree and vibrant, a small whirlwind of energy and delight. The laughter was an echo of their shared moments, a reminder that within the mundane, extraordinary experiences unfurled every single day. As she paused, allowing her heart to swell with gratitude for the laughter, for the love, and for the simple act in which she was engaged, the water in the sink. Now, a shimmering pool of reflections awaited the next dish, the sacramental bowl, deep and robust, a vessel that held countless meals. As it touched the water, it felt heavy with memories of gatherings, of connection, of nourishment shared. She cradled it, feeling its weight, the coolness of the ceramic grounding her further. In this slow motion, Anna noticed her own breath, a natural rhythm that accompanied the gentle swell of thoughts, reflections, and sensations. Every inhale invited clarity, a rush of calm, while each exhale released tension, flowing away like the water swirling down the drain. She became aware of the subtle shifts in her body, the way her shoulders softened, the way her heart quieted and opened, welcoming stillness. As Anna moved through the simple flow of the task, she began to realize that it was not just the act of cleaning, but a way of honoring her experiences, her life, and the moments that shaped her. The dishes became vessels communicating gratitude, each scrubbing and rinsing a prayer of acknowledgement for the nourishment of body and spirit. Without urgency or judgment, she continued, allowing the water to steer her thoughts toward the moment's lessons. The routine act of washing dishes was now presenting itself as a reminder to embrace life with intention, to cherish the silence, the laughter, the food shared, and the connection that we often overlook in the rush of living. As Anna completed the last plate, a serene smile graced her lips. The rhythmic sound of water had quieted, and she felt a radiance within her warmth that extended beyond the confines of the kitchen. In this space, she found her pulse aligning with the gentle ebb and flow of life itself, reassuring heartbeat, constant yet ever-changing. She reached for the dish towel, its fabric soft against her palm. The act of drying each dish felt like an intimate ritual now, a way to cultivate care, a way to signal the end of an activity that had become more than just chores. The warmth of the clean dishes meant something. Each item she placed neatly on the rack was no longer a mundane task, but an offering, a promise to embrace the next moments that were unfurling with the last item safely tucked away. Anna took a moment to survey the kitchen. The surfaces gleamed softly in the afternoon light, reflecting her effort, her intention, her presence. The kitchen, alive with warmth and care, felt like a sanctuary, a living testament to love and attention. She took a final deep breath, soaking in the scents mingling around her, the lingering aromas of lavender, citrus, and the memory of connection. Standing in the kitchen, Anna now carried with her a quiet sense of peace. She understood that the simplicity of washing dishes had unfolded infinite layers of experience, paving the way for awareness and gratitude. In the unassuming act of cleaning, she had touched the essence of her own being. As the world continued to swirl around her, she knew she could return to this essence at any moment reachable through the breath, the sound, the water's embrace. She stepped away from the sink, nourished and renewed, ready to embrace the next moment as it came, fully present in the unfolding of life. In the quiet of the morning, as the world awakens with the soft hues of dawn, take a moment to breathe deeply. Inhale slowly through your nose, letting the air fill your lungs, and release any tension with a gentle sigh. Feel your feet grounded on the earth, your body present in this space as the sounds of life begin to stir. Allow yourself to arrive fully in this moment where time slows down and the heart opens. Here, amidst the ordinary, we find profound beauty, richness, and peace on a day just like any other. When the sun stretched its golden fingers over the horizon, a woman named Clara found herself standing in the kitchen, the cool tiles beneath her bare feet, the faint smell of coffee wafting in from the next room. The dishes from last night's gathering awaited her, a testament to laughter shared, stories exchanged, and hearts touched. It was a mess of plates and cups, a jumble of moments that had previously danced together in harmony. Clara moved toward the sink, its porcelain gleaming under the soft morning light that filtered through the window. Each step was deliberate, her body swaying gently as she attended to the task at hand, hands brushing against the edges of the counter. She paused, allowing herself to fully absorb her surroundings, the quiet hum of the refrigerator, the distant chirping of birds outside, the gentle cadence of her own breath as the warm water coursed from the tap. She felt it envelop her fingers, inviting her to let go of any thoughts that float like the stream before her. The steam rose, swirling in the air, becoming a tender reminder of warmth and life. Clara tested the temperature with a quick touch. It was just right. She immersed her hands, feeling the soothing embrace of water as it wrapped around her like a soft blanket with each plate she lifted. Her mind began to settle into a rhythmic dance, the tactile sensation of the smooth ceramic igniting a quiet joy within her. She could feel the weight of each dish, heavy with memories, light with the essence of companionship. As she scrubbed, she noticed the gentle scrape of the sponge against the surface, a soft sound that became a melody to her ears. The bubbles danced and popped, tiny bursts of joy rising in the warm water, sparkling like stars in the vast universe of her small kitchen. Clara turned her attention to the glassware, each one reflecting fragments of her world. She closed her eyes for a moment, allowing the sensations to deepen. The coolness of the glass, the slickness of the soap, the weight in her hands, all coming together to create an exquisite sense of presence. She could hear the gentle rush of the water cascading down the drain. It's a reminder of time flowing unimpeded into the undefined future. Thoughts began to flit through her mind, worries about work, spurs of obligations, echoes of to-do lists, but Clara chose to acknowledge them without judgment. She let them drift like clouds in the sky, allowing the present washing of dishes to draw her back from the pull of the external world. With each passing minute, she found herself immersed deeper into the task, hands moving in a serene flow, choreographed by intention, guided by mindfulness. And then, there it was, a moment of pause as her fingers grazed the rim of a coffee cup. A wave of gratitude washed over her. She could taste the warmth of the coffee still lingering on her tongue, feel the warmth of her friend's laughter echoing faintly in the back of her mind. Each dish became not just an object to clean, but a vessel overflowing with memories, a reminder of shared moments that enriched her life. She took a breath, feeling that familiar tug of love and connectional woven tapestry of yesterday. After some time, the dishes sparkled, the sink devoid of clutter, and Clara washed her hands, patting them dry with a soft cloth. The mundane task transformed into a meditation, a moving reflection on care, kindness, and presence. Satisfied with her work, she stepped back, observing her kitchen transformed. Light pouring in like a blessing, shadows retreating. Clara leaned against the counter, gazing out of the window. The trees swayed gently in the breeze, their leaves shimmering like emeralds in the sunlight. She allowed herself to linger in this moment, feeling the earth beneath her feet, the air caressing her skin, the world around her alive and vibrant. She held on to the stillness, letting it flow through her, anchoring her more deeply in the present. Once again, her mind began to wander, this time into dreams and possibilities, hopes for the day ahead, visions of the loved ones she might connect with. But she gently returned to her breath, placing one hand on her heart and one on her belly, feeling the gentle rise and fall. The softness of the moment enveloped her, wrapping her in a cocoon of acceptance, and as she prepared to greet the day, she carried the essence of that stillness with her. Each step outside the kitchen was a conscious choice, each interaction a chance to weave mindfulness into the fabric of her day. The dishes, once a chore, now stood as reminders, a spark of mindfulness that could beckon her back whenever life felt overwhelming. Clara closed her eyes once more, feeling the sun's warmth on her face, a reminder that grounding and stillness could be embraced in the ordinary. With each breath, a sense of gratitude blossomed within her, a gentle knowing that even in the most mundane tasks lies profound beauty. An opportunity to pause, appreciate, and simply be. Too, in this quiet space of awareness, she found peace, an embodiment of presence that would ripple softly into her day, reminding her that the embrace of life is often found in the details we choose to cherish. In the stillness of this moment, let your breath find its rhythm, a gentle dance of in and out, like the soft lap of waves against a quiet shore. As you settle into the space you occupy, feel the weight of your body connecting with the surface. Beneath you, the grounding embrace of earth. Allow your mind to float like a feather caught in a breeze, noticing each thought that comes and goes without judgment, like clouds passing across an endless sky. Here, in this tender invitation, let us embark on a journey, one that dwells in the simplicity of our everyday lives. Once upon a time, in a small and sun-soaked town dappled with afternoon light, there lived a woman named Clara. Each day, Clara would wander the familiar paths of her life, but on this particular afternoon, the world felt exceptionally inviting, as if each leaf and breeze was whispering secrets, just waiting to be heard. Clara, having finished her morning tasks, found herself drawn to her favorite spot, a gentle hill at the edge of the woods, where wildflowers danced in the breeze. With each step, the soft earth cradled her feet, and she could hear the swish of the tall grasses, a subtle rustling that seemed to beckon her closer. The sun spilled a warm glow across her skin, and she inhaled deeply, filling her lungs with the fragrance of blooming lavender and sweet clover. As she reached the hilltop, Clara paused to take in the panorama that unfolded before her. The sky was a deep cerulean canvas, brushed with wisps of clouds, morphing like playful shapes in a child's imagination. She sat down on the cool, worn grass, letting the earth support her, feeling each blade gently tickling her skin. She noticed how the breeze danced around her, gentle and playful, sending ripples across the nearby pond, creating tiny waves that shimmered like scattered diamonds. She closed her eyes, listening to the symphony of the afternoon. Birds chirped a joyous melody, and the distant laughter of children floated through the air, mingling with the soft rustle of leaves that whispered secrets of the wind. This was her moment, a pause in the rhythm of life, a chance to simply be in. This stillness, thoughts began to trickle in like streams weaving through the landscape of her mind, Daily worries surfaced like pebbles in a brook, yet Clara observed them without clinging, nodding towards them as if greeting old friends. "Ah, I see you, plan of the day. And you, too, concern of tomorrow." Each thought floated by, as if carried on the wind, dissipating into the vastness of the sky. With awareness, Clara began to explore her senses. She felt the warmth of the sun painting her cheeks, the kiss of a cooler breeze fanning her hair away from her face. The taste of anticipation lingered on her lips, a soft hint of wild berries that grew along the path she walked, sweet and tart. She embraced the sensation of earth beneath her, the firm yet gentle expanse that cradled her body. She was anchored in this place. This moment, as her thoughts continued to drift, Clara's attention was drawn to a butterfly that fluttered nearby, its wings adorned with intricate patterns of orange and black, glimmering in the sunlight. She watched as it danced from flower to flower, ever so delicately exploring the blossoms with a focused grace. In those moments, Clara felt a stir of connection, a reminder of the beauty in visiting the present with curiosity and wonder. She smiled, witnessing the butterfly's journey, and realized how often she rushed past the small miracles happening around her. The moments that beckoned for attention, time slipped by in this sacred space, and Clara surrendered to the invitation of the horizon. She began to notice the soft changes in light as the sun began to descend, painting the sky in gold and hues of lavender. With each passing moment, the air felt thicker and richer, as if infused with a deep sense of gratitude. A soft sound, like a distant drumbeat, reverberated in her chest, and Clara breathed deeply, feeling the rise and fall of her body live, present, aware. Thoughts continued to drift, and yet she found solace in the fleeting nature of it all. The sun would set, the stars would awaken, and tomorrow's concerns would wait, waiting patiently for their time. In this unfolding, she felt a deep-rooted understanding. Every moment, no matter how simple, held the potential for beauty, a quiet symphony of existence. In her gentle exploration of this serene world, Clara became acutely aware of the interconnectedness of life. The flowers blooming, the breeze whispering, the skies shifting, each a thread in the fabric of being. She felt her heart open wider, embracing both her joys and burdens, letting them exist without resistance. She cultivated an exquisite sense of acceptance, as if the very essence of life embraced her back. As the sun lowered further, casting elongated shadows that played among the wildflowers, Clara sensed a shift within her. It was no longer just an afternoon spent on a hill. It had transformed into a meditative journey, internal and external along, humanness joyfully intertwined. Clara, breathing in the essence of her surroundings, found she had woven her worries into these moments, leaving them to dissolve gently into the earth. Eventually, as day surrendered to dusk, Clara flicked her gaze toward the horizon, noting the first stars timidly blinking to life. She could feel the quiet light of the universe spilling over her like a warm, gentle reminder of her place in the vast tapestry of existence. With a soft exhalation, she rose from the hill, brushing the grass from her clothing as she prepared to return home. With each step she took, she carried the resonance of this peaceful time within her, treasure of stillness nestled in the corners of her heart. As Clara walked home, the path stretched ahead, illuminated by a soft glow of twilight. Each step felt deliberate and meaningful, and she knew she would carry this awareness with her, a reminder of the beauty hidden in simplicity. Tonight, as she came to rest in her evening rituals, those whispers of nature, the symphony of the ordinary would remind her that every moment, no matter how small, is an invitation to breathe deeply, to be present, and to find peace amidst the flow of life. As you find this moment to pause, breathe in deeply. Allow your chest to rise, holding that breath gently for a moment, and then let it go. feeling the air glide out of your lungs like a soft breeze caressing the leaves of a tree. Let your body relax into the space around you, feeling the support of the ground beneath you. With each breath, begin to notice the sensations, the coolness of air touching your skin, the sound of life quietly weaving through the atmosphere. Perhaps a distant bird singing, a soft rustling of leaves dancing in the wind. In this moment, you are invited to be fully here, present, and aware. As we journey into the simple yet profound act of washing dishes, imagine standing at the edge of a sink. The warm sunlight streaming through the kitchen window, casting delicate patterns on the floor. The world outside is alive with sounds of child's laughter echoing from a nearby yard. The rhythm of cars passing by, the faint rustle of trees swaying gently in the breeze. Yet here, in this glimmering space, all that exists is the charming clutter of your kitchen. You gather the dishes, plates used in joyful gathering, mugs cradled in hands for comforting sips of tea, silverware that tells tales of meals shared. The dishes receive your attention one by one, each one a small universe holding remnants of connection. As you place them in warm, soapy water, the bubbles rise and dance joyfully. Tiny orbs of light reflecting your spirit as your hands glide into the water. Feel the heat envelop you, a gentle embrace warming your skin. The texture of the sponge is soft yet firm, a reminder of the balance between gentleness and strength. You lift a dish, noticing the residual scents of the meal. Tang of garlic, the sweetness of roasted vegetables like echoes lingering in the air. As you begin to wash, the rhythmic motion captures your attention, drawing you further into the present moment. Feel the water cascading down, glistening on the porcelain, a soft waterfall nourishing each curve and corner. The sensation of suds between your fingers becomes a meditation, each swirl a slow exploration of the now. In this simple act, you find yourself, the mind quieting, thoughts meandering like clouds in a vast sky, drifting without urgency. The sound of water splashing is soothing, a gentle symphony that synchronizes with the beating of your heart. With each stroke of the sponge, you let go of the to-do lists, the worries tethered to tomorrow. It is as if the dishes are absorbing your presence. Every drop of water a testament to surrender, releasing of the unnecessary through the very act of cleansing. As you progress, the dishes start to stack up, each one a mosaic of care. You notice how your breath flows in harmony with the rhythm of your hands, inhaling and exhaling as you rinse and scrub. Atia, the warmth envelops you further, infusing the kitchen with an air of sacredness. You see the reflections in the water. You see the essence of simplicity, how life unfolds in the mundane, lost in this peaceful cycle. You allow your mind to wander, for thoughts have a way of visiting without invitation. They flit around like fireflies in the dusk, ephemeral and bright. Can yet, here in the sanctuary of the sink, you acknowledge each thought as it arises, neither clinging nor pushing it away. Instead, you watch as it dances across your consciousness, bringing with it whispers of memories, laughter shared, love given. Moments of stillness. You wipe your hands on the towel, sensing the soft fabric against your fingertips, and turn to look out the window. The garden beyond is a canvas of vibrant oranges and greens, blossoms swaying gently as if nodding in approval of the light that flows through them. You take a moment to breathe it in, the richness of color and texture reminding you that life, like the dishes, is about the connections that linger long after the moments have passed. With each dish you wash, a sense of clarity emerges. Perhaps, just as these dishes were once used to nourish relationships, there exists a connection in every breath you take, a thread tied to the present moment, woven into the fabric of your being. You feel an inner stillness settling within, grounding you, allowing you to absorb this peaceful rhythm. You finish washing the last dish, a humble cup that cradled warmth, during quiet evenings of reflection. Every droplet exuding from its curved surface sparkles as if thanking you for your care. You place it on the drying rack, step back, and take in the array of cleaned dishes glimmering in the light. Each one a testament to the process you just embraced. In this gentle unfolding of the ordinary, you have danced with presence, twirling amidst the bubbles and warmth. The world outside remains constant, yet within you a stillness arises, a reminder that the mundane can be sacred, the simple act of washing dishes a means of reconnection, both to self and to life itself. As you step back from the sink, carry this tranquility with you, letting it echo in each breath as you navigate the world beyond, holding the whisper of water within your heart. In this moment, as you settle into a quiet space, take a slow, deep breath. Inhale deeply, feeling the air filling your lungs, and exhale gently, allowing any thoughts or distractions to drift away like leaves carried on a current. Allow your senses to awaken to this present moment. Hear the soft murmur of your surroundings. Feel the weight of your body supported by the ground. And notice the ebb and flow of your breath. As we journey into this story, invite yourself to embrace each sensation, each thought with kindness, as if they were fleeting clouds in a vast sky. On a rainy afternoon, the kitchen became a sanctuary of warmth and gentle light. Outside, the world transformed into a watercolor painting, the raindrops running down the window like delicate brushstrokes. Inside, the comforting scent of freshly brewed tea mingled with the lingering aroma of a warm meal. The soft hum of the refrigerator provided a soothing backdrop, and the kitchen, with its wooden counters and dishes delicately resting in the sink, invited presence. In this serene space, a figure stood by the sink, preparing to wash the dishes. The gentle motion of unrolling the sleeves of a worn cotton shirt created a soothing rhythm, as if the very fabric knew the importance of slowing down. With each unhurried gesture, warmth slowly enveloped the heart, tender reminder of the everyday miracles that often go unnoticed. The water flowed from the tap, crystal clear and inviting. It filled the sink in soft glimmers, creating a chorus of babbles and splashes that danced in harmony with the rain outside. As the bubbles swelled and floated, there was a delicate lightness, a sense of freedom in their movement, with a mindfulness that felt like a ritual. Hands entered the water. The coolness enveloped fingertips, each drop an invitation to simply be. The first dish, a plate adorned with the remnants of a cherished meal, met the hands in silence. The sensation of the smooth, cool ceramic seemed to pulse with the memory of laughter shared around the table. As the sponge glided across the surface, it woke up the echoes of that joy, releasing the past into the present where it could breathe once more. Birdsong drifted through the open window, mingling with the gentle drumming of the rain. Each note wove into the fabric of the moment, a reminder of all that lived outside of vibrant life, of resilience, of simple joy. The mind, often busy with to-do lists and the weight of tomorrow, softened against the sound, finding refuge in the symphony of now. With each dish, a small meditation unfolded. The clink of ceramic against ceramic sang a song of gratitude to the hands that had nourished, the cooking heart that had created sustenance. The warmth of the water was a balm, embracing tired fingers as they danced among the bubbles. Thoughts flickered like shadows, but they were acknowledged and allowed to drift away, cast aside like the suds swirling down the drain. Each plate, each fork, became a world of its own, universe of sensations waiting to be explored. Patterns danced before the eyes in the rise and fall of foam, the vibrant hues of leftover sauces, the glimmer of sunlight piercing the clouds to illuminate the scene. Did the dish, once cluttered and forgotten, not also have something to say, to share its story of nourishment, connection, and love? And perhaps the heart too, in its own unfolding narrative, recognized the lessons hidden in these mundane moments. The dishwater became a mirror reflecting back the simplicity of breathing, the ease of existence, the idea that life did not always need to be grand to be beautiful. Mindfulness lingered in the air, a slow smile creasing the face of the person at the sink. Here, in this small act, there was a sense of accomplishment, of harmony. The cave, the rhythmic splash, and the gentle tug of the sponge against dishes created a soft cadence, much like the beat of a heart finding its way home. As the warm, soapy water drained away, it took with it any lingering tension, swirling down the pipes as if returning to the earth from which it came. The feeling of lightness remained, a fluttering joy that danced unabashedly in the chest with the last dish. A sense of completion washed over the figure, energizing yet soothing. Turning off the tap, the silence that followed felt rich, infused with the echoes of what had just passed, a whisper of connection now woven into the fabric of the ordinary. The towels hung nearby, waiting patiently for their turn. As they were gently reached for, the soft fibers embraced the skin, a tactile reminder of warmth and comfort. The ritual of drying became a continuation of the meditation, tracing patterns in the air like an artist upon canvas, savoring the sense of grounding and completion, the satisfaction of simple tasks performed fully. Gazing out of the window, the rain began to ease, each droplet shimmering in the dim light. The garden beyond shone with renewed life, resilient and bright. The color, in vibrancy outside, echoed the warmth cultivated within. The act of washing dishes had transformed from necessity into a gentle dance with the present moment, a practice of mindfulness that liberates even the busiest of minds to find peace and clarity. And so, as the sun began to peek through the clouds, illuminating the kitchen with golden light, the real beauty lay not in the sparkling dishes or the tidiness of the space, but in the simple act of being present, being aware, being alive in the small things that connect us to the world and to ourselves. In that quiet moment, there was a profound realization: the present is the only gift we ever truly have, and in embracing it fully, we find our way home. As you settle into this moment, take a breath, a deep, gentle inhalation that fills your lungs, and a slow, mindful exhalation that releases the weight of the day. Allow yourself to feel the chair beneath you, the ground beneath your feet, and the air that wraps around you, a tender reminder of your presence in this world. Picture each breath as a wave, rising and falling. A soft reminder to let go of any thoughts that tug at you, like leaves caught in a gentle current. Here, in this space, there is nothing to do but be. Let your awareness float softly, like a feather on the breeze, inviting you into the unfolding story of an ordinary day, transformed into the extraordinary dot in a sun-dappled kitchen, where light trickles through the window like honey. A gentle rhythm begins to emerge. The morning begins its slow stretch, waking the world from its slumber. Outside, a chorus of birds announces the day, their melodies sliding through the open window and mingling with the soft sound of water running in the sink. You stand before the sink, surrounded by the warm scents of brewed coffee and the unmistakable traces of the last night's meal. The dishes sit in the basin, a small mountain of porcelain and glass, each one carrying its story within the remnants of last night's supper. As you dip your hands into the cool water, the sensations tingle along your fingertips, awakening you to this very moment. You pick up the first dish, its surface slick and smooth beneath your touch. There's a subtle weight to it, a reminder of the sustenance it held, and you breathe in deeply, inhaling the scent of soap and the faint residue of pasta sauce. As the soapy water envelops the dish, you watch the bubbles form and rise, each one a tiny world of its own, shimmering with reflections that dance in the sunlight filtering through the window. In the quiet stillness, you find a companion in this act of washing your breath, your thoughts, and the steady flow of water. With each deliberate movement, you scrub the plate with a gentle cloth, your hand gliding over its surface, breaking the remnants of yesterday. You notice the texture, the smoothness, and how it feels in response to your care. It becomes a meditation. Each circular stroke serves as a reminder of all the meals shared, laughter around the table, and conversations exchanged. You offer a small gratitude for these moments, allowing them to wash over you like the water that cleanses the plate. Time bends, and as you rinse the dish, the water cascades off in a silvery stream, a sparkling curtain that dances in the light, making your heart swell with a quiet joy. The sound of the running water is soothing, a soft symphony echoing in the stillness of the kitchen. As you gradually leave behind the clutter of thoughts and worries, the water carries away not just the remnants of food, but the heaviness of the mind. Each drop a release, a momentary letting go. As you continue this rhythmic cleansing, your thoughts drift like clouds across a vast sky, soft and unstructured. Perhaps you think about the people who will sit at the table again, the stories yet to be told, or the simple beauty of sharing sustenance. Or perhaps you allow your mind to wander to the texture of the sponge in your hand, the little rhythm of your breath as it syncs with a task, the warm patch of sunlight on your shoulder, unhurried and nurturing. A moment arrives when you find yourself pausing, the plate in hand, water dripping softly. It feels like a breath held in anticipation. In that quiet pause, you open to the spaciousness within yourself, where thoughts of past and future dissolve. Here, you simply are no judgments, no expectations, just you, the soap, the sponge, the water, and the sun, illuminating this intimate dance of being. You reach for another dish, an intricate bowl adorned with flowers, worn yet beautiful, its surface marking the days past. You trace your fingertip along its edge and allow the memories to flood in the family gathering. A quiet evening alone, savoring soup, a gift from a dear friend. The warmth of connection wraps around you, infusing the mundane task with a sacredness that transcends the moment. In the act of scrubbing, you notice the echoes of gratitude within you, expanding, tender, and sweet. Each dish becomes a vessel of remembrance, a sanctuary of experiences that shape your life. Now, the sounds of the kitchen, the soft splashes, the gentle clink of dishes, the birds singing outdoors, merge into a gentle lullaby that envelops you in its embrace as you move through the motions. A subtle clarity begins to emerge. You see how the rhythm of life is reflected in this simple act of care. How in every moment lies the potential for presence, for connection. Sometimes it is the minutia that allows us to peel back the layers of distraction, revealing the essence of ourselves in the process. The last dish awaits, a simple cup, waiting for your tender touch. As you scrub, the day's intention settles gently upon your heart, a silent promise to stay rooted in the present moment, to find beauty in the ordinary, and to hold compassion for yourself as you navigate the storms around you. Even the most mundane of tasks can become a portal to grace, if only you allow yourself to fully engage with them. You lift a cup, feeling its warmth from the water, its presence solid and reassuring. With a final rinse, you watch the water stream off, glistening like liquid mercury. It slips away, as thoughts often do, but you remain grounded, enjoying the sensation of your heart steady, your mind quieting as the last soap bubbles burst, releasing your to-do list of worries back into the air. As you step back, you take a moment to absorb the scene before you. The dishes gleam in the soft light, and the mundane clutter has transformed into a testament of care and love. You allow yourself to breathe, experiencing a sense of accomplishment, not in a pseudo sense, but in the way that you have shown up for this moment, fully and completely. You place your hands on the counter, feeling the coolness of the surface, savoring the sensations that ground you back to where you are. The simple act of washing dishes has morphed into a profound reminder of presence and connection, of life flowing in and around you. Now, as you take a final breath, slowly letting it all go, notice how you carry this stillness within you, a gentle anchor to the busyness of the world. Remember that the quiet beauty of the everyday, like the glistening dishes before you, holds endless potential for reflection and mindfulness. In each moment lies an invitation to begin again, a chance to immerse yourself fully in the dance of life, in the art of just being. Allow the rhythm of your heart to lead you, always returning to the simple wonder of presence. In this moment, take a breath with me. Feel the cool air entering your lungs, expanding your chest, and then gently leaving as you exhale. Allow your thoughts to soften, like clouds drifting lazily across the sky. Allow it to be enough. This very moment, this gentle pause where life unfolds. Imagine a rhythm in your body, the pulsing of life beneath your skin, okay? And let your awareness settle into the experiences that surround you, subtly listening to the symphony of existence. In a sun-kissed kitchen where time seems to slow down, there exists a porcelain white sink, its basin like a quiet pool, welcoming an abundance of stories each day. The air carries a soft scent of soap, neither harsh nor overpowering, but rather a gentle reminder that the world is clean, and the simple act of washing is an invitation to presence as the water flows. I turn on the tap, and the sound of rushing water fills the space's soothing lullaby that beckons my attention. I watch as droplets cascade like clear crystals, dancing before they plunge into the stillness of the sink below. The water's warmth envelops my hands when I dip them in, a silky embrace that dissolves the boundaries of my awareness, bringing forth a sensation of comfort and ease. I glance around the kitchen, my mind weaving stories as I do so here. Half-peeled orange, its zest still clinging like memories not yet ready to let go. There are a stack of dishes, each plate telling a tale of meals shared, laughter echoing like soft bells around the table. With deliberation, I reach for the first dish, its surface cool against my fingertips. I lift the plate, noticing its weight a token of nourishment, a vessel of connection. Each movement, deliberate and unhurried, echoes the motion of stillness in my mind. Okay? As I scrub with a soft sponge, the gentle friction creates tiny bubbles that rise and dance, momentarily capturing light before bursting into delicate mists of nothingness. Here, within the rhythm of scrubbing, I become aware of the subtle tension in my shoulders. I pause, allowing the sponge to rest against the edge of the sink, the water continuing its quiet song. I take a breath, drawing in the scent of citrus and warmth. On the exhale, releasing not just a breath, but also any traces of impatience. It is a complex dance of sensation and thought, choreographed by presence itself. When I lift the next mug, a deep blue ceramic surface, I feel the coolness kissing my palm. There's comfort in the familiar. This mug has been with me through countless mornings. I can almost feel the stories steeped in its walls, the echoes of laughter mingling with sips of tea. Every quiet moment of solitude softened by its presence. Each stroke of the sponge reveals something new. I discovered the small imperfections that make the mug unique, a gentle reminder that beauty often resides in the imperfect and the unrefined. The way the water catches the light reflects my own journey, a constant flow, shifting and changing, yet always present. Let go of the narrative that rushes forward, inviting instead a gentle curiosity. The mug is simply a mug, and these moments each one a treasure, as I find my own reflection in the water, swirling down the drainer. Its fleeting visage, passing through the mundane thoughts, flutter by like butterflies, each one capturing a fragment of experience. I acknowledge them, soft and light, allowing them to drift away without clinging. There's no need to grasp, only to be here. In this space, the gentle slosh of water against pottery sings its meditative tune, a reminder to drown out the noise of the world, to retreat into the simplicity of now. The sunlight streaming through the window casts playful shadows on the counter, resonating with the quiet joy that accompanies this daily ritual. I breathe in the lightness of being, the solace found in the ordinary dot. As I rinse each dish, the cool water cascades over my fingertips, washing away not just remnants of the day's meals, but also the weight of my own relentless thoughts. I surrender to the task, moving deliberately, mindfully, aware of the play of sensation, cold, warm, slippery, soothing. Every feeling grounds me deeper into the moment. It is more than just a chore. It emerges as a meditation to let go fully, letting the moment be what it is, bracing the flow, unearthing the joy in acts we so often take for granted. The bubbles expand, shimmer, and burst, reminding me, too, that life is fleeting, ephemeral, a collection of moments to be treasured. And soon I am surrounded by a forest of clean dishware, rising like a small mountain of triumph, visual testament to presence. I stand tall amidst these plates and mugs, my heart swelling with gratitude for the nourishment they represented, for what they still would share, the moments yet to come. The sun begins its descent, slanting sideways through the window, catching dust motes in mid-flight, and for a moment, I become aware of the stillness settling around me, a gentle pause in the symphony of the day, a reminder that every beginning requires an end, and every end a new beginning, with a final rag. I dry my hands thoroughly, relishing the texture of the cloth, each fiber wrapping around my fingers like a calming embrace. I catch a glimpse of my reflection again, smiling softly at the simplicity of it all. Washing the dishes, I am reminded of the dance of life, fluid, hurried, filled with everyday moments that hold within them the entirety of our existence. In this stillness, we find a deeper rhythm, the unending pulse of presence that transforms each ordinary act into a sacred thread woven into the tapestry of life. As you stand here in the quiet aftermath, consider the power of your own breath, the sensation of your hands resting softly on your lap, untouched by the rush of time. Know that within every moment lies the gift of peace, waiting for your awareness to bloom. Carry this simplicity with you, an anchor against the tide of life, as you step gently into the now. As the sun begins its soft descent, casting elongated shadows across the landscape, take a moment to settle into this space. Allow your breath to flow naturally, and ebb and flow like the tide. Inhale deeply, filling your lungs with the freshness of the evening air, and exhale slowly, releasing any remnants of the day that linger in your mind. Here, in this suspended moment, you are invited to simply be. To feel the weight of your body against the earth, to notice the sensations within you, and to embrace the quiet serenity of the now. Let the world fade gently away as you embark on a story that lives in the heart of everyday life, on a tranquil evening. Just as the day begins to sigh itself into night, a woman named Clara stands at her kitchen sink. The world outside her window is painted in shades of soft lavender and gold, the sky alive with a whisper of clouds drifting lazily by. The dishes from dinner are piled high, waiting patiently. Each plate, each fork, has a story to tell, their surfaces glistening with remnants of the day's meals. Clara feels the coolness of the porcelain as she picks up a plate, the slight weight grounding her in this moment. She turns on the tap, listening to the water as it rushes forth, a soothing cascade that dances against the stainless steel sink. It sings a quiet melody, one that matches the rhythm of her breathing. With both hands, she submerges the first dish into the warm water. The steam rises gently, enveloping her face like a tender embrace. She closes her eyes for a moment, allowing the warmth to wrap around her, cocooning her in a feeling of safety. The aroma of the dish soap mingles with the scent of the fading day, a reminder of simpler times, of kitchens filled with love and laughter as she begins to scrub the plate. The gentle friction between her sponge and the surface creates a satisfying sound, a soft scratch that echoes in the quiet of the kitchen. She focuses her gaze on the dish, noticing the patterns on the ceramic, the tiny imperfections that tell tales of meals shared and stories lived. Each scrub is a meditation, an invitation to be present. Time meanders, and with it, her thoughts float in and out like puffs of clouds. She observes them without judgment, allowing worries of tomorrow and reflections of yesterday to drift away, replaced by the simple act of washing. Clara finds herself captivated by the delicate dance of water droplets that fall from the plate, sparkling as they catch the last rays of sunlight. With each dish she cleans, memories unfurl, laughter shared during dinner, the warmth of companionship, the comfort of connection. She immerses herself deeply in this experience, feeling the smoothness of the plates and the texture of the sponges, grounding herself in the tangible world around her. There is a soothing repetition to her actions, a certainty in the rhythm of her movements that brings a gentle calm to her heart. As she moves on to the silverware, the metallic coolness sends a shiver up her spine, a contrast to the warmth of the water. She pauses to savor this moment, feeling the weight of the fork in her hand, tracing the intricate designs that mark its surface. Each piece, no matter how small, is a vessel of memories, and she allows herself to be carried back to gatherings filled with love. Laughter that echoed off the walls. The teapot sits quietly on the counter. Memories of Sunday mornings spent sipping tea flooding her mind. Clara reaches for it, feeling the smoothness of the ceramic, the warmth that lingers in her palms. She lets herself momentarily be swept into the past, letting the thoughts flow like water. The slow pouring of her heart's contentment into routines that may appear mundane, but are laced with joy. As she turns back to the sink, the water sparkles with a life of its own, dancing in the light. The sound of splashing becomes a symphony, each drop creating ripples of sound that reverberate throughout the kitchen. How curious it is, she thinks, how such small actions, the simple washing of dishes, can invoke deeper reflections on life. She notices the peace that settles within her, a stillness that arises from her connection to each moment. With a gentle sigh, she reaches for the dish towel, its fabric warm and inviting against her skin. The act of drying each piece becomes a practice of gratitude. She places the dishes carefully in their respective places, taking a moment to appreciate their existence, the shared meals, the times of solitude and companionship they have accompanied her through. There is a sense of completion here, a gentle acknowledgement of what it means to care for the home, to nurture life. As she finishes, the kitchen transforms into a serene sanctuary. The sun dips lower, the sky deepening into rich hues of indigo, stars beginning to twinkle like tiny promises in the distance. Clara steps back, taking it all in the tranquility of her surroundings. The warmth of the evening, the knowledge that in this moment she has been wholly present. There in the kitchen, a sense of fulfillment envelops her like a shawl. In this ordinary evening, as she places the last dish into its rightful spot, she whispers to herself a quiet thank you to the warmth of the water, the comfort of her home, and the act of being here now. It's enough. As the last rays of sun finally yield to the embrace of dusk, allow yourself to carry this feeling forward, this gentle reminder of presence and simplicity. In the quiet of your own heart, may you find a recognition of beauty in the mundane, an invitation to experience life's flow one moment at a time. For in the act of being present, you cultivate a deep-rooted stillness that can nourish your spirit, inviting peace into the spaces where noise once resided. As the sun begins its slow ascent, casting gentle beams of warm light into your space, take a moment to breathe deeply, allowing your breath to find its own natural rhythm. Feel the air as it fills your lungs, cool and refreshing, and then, softly, release it, letting go of any tension you may be holding in your body. Notice the subtle sounds around you, the distant chirping of birds greeting the day, the muffled whispers of leaves stirred by a gentle breeze. In this moment, let your awareness settle into the present, inviting you to engage with the unfolding of your own story, to be fully here. Right now, imagine yourself standing in a quiet kitchen, the world outside still wrapped in the embrace of dawn. The light pours in through the window, casting a golden glow on the surfaces around you, creating delicate patterns of shadow and light. You are alone, cradled in the soft stillness of morning, and the day stretches before you, unmarked and full of potential. As you move towards the sink, a sense of calm envelops you. The soft hum of the refrigerator is a reminder of life continuing around you, steady and unhurried. You turn on the tap, the water flows steadily, a gentle stream that splashes against the sides of the porcelain basin, filling the air with a soft, soothing sound. Each droplet is a tiny universe bursting with possibility as you allow your thoughts to drift. Like leaves carried on the surface of a quiet pond, you dip your hands into the cool water, feeling the refreshing chill as it envelops your fingers. Each sensation awakens your senses. The smoothness of the dish in your hands, the warmth of your breath against your skin, the glimmer of light dancing on the surface of the water. It is an invitation, a moment just for you, an opportunity to explore the richness of the present. You reach for a dish, its surface gleaming slightly from the remnants of yesterday's meal. With mindful intention, you begin to wash, letting the soap foam up and create a soft lather. The bubbles rise and drift, dancing playfully before they dissolve into the water. There is an aliveness in this simple act, each movement deliberate and imbued with care. As you scrub away the remnants of food, a myriad of thoughts begin to surface. They flit through your mind like fragments of dreams, some gently tugging at the edges of your attention. Perhaps the worries of what lies ahead today, or the reflections of yesterday that still linger. But here, in the warmth of this moment, you allow those thoughts to float by like clouds in a vast sky, acknowledged without judgment, and then released. Listen again. The water gurgles softly, washing away not just the remnants of meals, but also the busyness of the mind. The scent of the dish soap fills the air, sweet and sharp, a reminder of the present, of this very moment where you find yourself. Tap into that scent, ground yourself in the familiar, the tactile, and allow it to anchor you here. With each dish you rinse, you notice the patterns, a mosaic of past gatherings, of laughter and stories shared over food. Each curve and edge holds a memory, and you give thanks for those moments, soft and nourishing. The simple act transforms into a meditation, an offering where your hands become an extension of your presence, scrubbing away not just dirt, but also distractions. You pause for a moment, lifting your hands from the water. A smile unfurls on your lips, a gentle expression of gratitude for this quiet ritual. The sun grows warmer, infusing the space with golden light, reminding you of the warmth within. You take a breath, deepening your awareness of this moment, feeling how the mundane becomes extraordinary when viewed through the lens of presence. You reach for another dish, this one slightly chipped at the edge, evidence of a life lived, filled with imperfect beauty. You let your fingers trace the edge, a gentle caress. In that moment, you remember that life itself is much like this dish, filled with cracks and imperfections, yet still whole and worthy of love. As you wash it, you embrace the beauty within impermanence, the fleeting niche of each moment, and a precious essence that continues to flow through your life. You hear the soft drip of water, the lull of the everyday as it unfolds before you. It carries the rhythm of life itself, the ebb and flow, the rise and fall, the stillness nestled within motion. Each movement becomes a dance, your hands swirling in harmony with the water. You delve deeper into this sensation, feeling the warmth of the sun on your back, the groundedness of your feet on the cool tile floor beneath you. You begin to notice the play of light on the dishes, tiny rainbows refracted in the bubbles. For a moment, you become the witnessy, gentle observer of this simple spectacle. You appreciate how nature's art is here, in the kitchen, in the act of washing dishes. You breathe in, expanding your awareness, letting the beauty of this everyday moment illuminate your spirit. As you rinse the last dish, your hands moving fluidly through the water, you feel a sense of completion and mindfulness flood through you. The rhythm of your breath synchronizes with the rhythm of your tasks. This state of awareness, intertwined with the mundane, shifted into something profound, a deep appreciation for just being here. In this kitchen, in this moment, fully alive, you glance out the window where the world beyond is awakening. Sunlight spilling over rooftops, the shadows retreating, giving way to the day. A light breeze slips through the open window, carrying with it the scent of blooming flowers, a reminder of life's constant renewal. With a heart full of gratitude, you set down the last dish to dry, realizing that the act of washing dishes has taught you something essential, that every moment, no matter how ordinary, holds a promise of stillness and grace. In this quiet morning, as you wipe your hands on a cloth, you carry forward the wisdom of presence, that in the simplest acts of life, in the warmth of everyday rituals, there lies a sanctuary. You step back into the world beyond your kitchen, knowing that you can return to the stillness anytime. Just breathe. Allow life to learn from you as you learn from each fleeting moment, each wave that flows in and out, ever reminding you of your place in the vast tapestry of existence. In this moment, as you settle into a space of stillness, let the world around you begin to fade into the background. Close your eyes, if you wish, and take a deep breath. Inhale slowly, filling your lungs with the air that has been here long before you arrive, and exhale gently, releasing any tension carried over from the day. Okay? Feel the weight of your body grounding into the surface beneath you. Okay? Each breath anchoring you in the delicate interplay of presence. As thoughts drift by like clouds in an open sky, allow them to float away, inviting attention to the here and now. This moment belongs to you, an unfurling blanket of serenity, ready to embrace the simplicity of being in a humble kitchen, softly illuminated by the golden glow of afternoon light. The dishes sat waiting, remnants of a nourishing meal. The dishes invited the warmth of a gentle connection, teas poured and laughter shared, now resting silently after the feast. Each plate bore the colors of the meal, a kaleidoscope of life, each fork and spoon silently whispering tales shared. Over the warmth of friendship, with delicate steps, you approach the sink, a vessel of transformation, where the mundane can dance with the extraordinary. As the water runs, listen to the soft gurgle, the serenading embrace of liquid cascading over porcelain. Your fingers dip into the stream, and you can feel the subtle kiss of warmth, a gentle current inviting you into the moment. The first sturdy, well-loved plate, edged with verdant designs, faded from years of use. Comb cradling the smooth curve. The soap perfuming the air with crisp lavender swirls around your fingers as you create lather, a soft cloud that dances in the light. As you scrub, notice the rhythm of the movement, the gentle circular motions that begin to weave a quiet cadence. The dish disappears into foam before re-emerging, love and care enveloping the mundane as the plate glistens anew. Released from the remnants of past meals, there's a sense of cleansing beyond the surface, an act of nurturing yourself within this small universe. Can you feel the way your breath moves in synchrony with the water's flow? The sensation of warmth travels through you, grounding you deeper into the present. Drop, an opportunity for awareness, each action a beckoning to fully inhabit the moment. With the second dish, a delicate teacup, you find an opportunity for softness. As you wash, you can feel the fragile edges between your fingers, the whispers of rose petals lingering in the air. You consider the last conversation held over its rim, the laughter echoing like music, a tapestry of connection woven through steam and shared dreams. As you place the cup in the drying rack, the feeling of satisfaction settles inside you, like a warm shawl draped over your shoulders. This is more than just cleaning. It is a meditation on presence, the mind wandering occasionally, only to be tenderly ushered back by the rhythm of your hands in the warm water. A bowl comes next, bold and deep vessel, painted in shades of blue, echoing tranquil oceans. You hold it beneath the flow, feeling the sensation of the water washing away the remnants of a day's nourishment. If you listen closely, you might hear the whispers of waves, a subtle reminder of the ebb and flow of life itself. The act of rinsing becomes a form of communion, a conversation between the moment and the act. The gentle clanking of dishes in the drying rack becomes a symphony. Each gentle thud, a note, drums out the staccato of thoughts. Here, time feels unhurried, as if the universe is inviting you to linger. Here, there are no chores, only a dance, no obligation, only creation. You find yourself oscillating between the dish and the drying rack, a graceful flow that ripples out into the surrounding space. As you wash the final piece of sturdy, albeit chipped, bowl, you contemplate the textures and the life it has held. You reflect on the meals shared, the stories exchanged, the silence of comfort that woven over early mornings and late nights. You can almost see the past glowing around it, captured in the granules of time. The soft breath, you wash away the remnants and fill the bowl with the clean embrace of flowing water. Now, sink stands, empty the tangle of bubbles, surrendering into the drain. A final farewell to the moment of simplicity you have shared. The once chaotic space has transformed into clarity. Each dish, now a gentle sign of care. You step back, observing the entire scene, the sunlight illuminating the freshly cleaned plates, glimmering like stars in the night sky. You notice that within this simple act lies an essence of gratitude, a quiet appreciation for what is often overlooked, the art of caring for what nourishes us. As you stand in this moment, breathe deeply once more, allowing the unfolding of your heart to expand in rhythm with your breath. The kitchen is now alive with silence, filled with echoes of gratitude. With each breath, you carry this stillness with you into the world beyond the kitchen. Remember, the moments of life, no matter how simple, can become profound when delivered into presence. And so, the quiet dance continues, a graceful waltz, binding you to the heartbeat of existence, held gently in the embrace of the present moment. Breathe in slowly, inviting the air deep into your lungs. Notice the sensation as it fills you, a gentle tide of life and possibility. With each exhale, let go of what weighs you down, the thoughts that drift like leaves on a stream. In this moment, you are here on the threshold of what is real and unfolding. The world around you pauses, and with it, you can begin to attune yourself to the small, sacred details of your day. Let your heart soften and your mind quiet as we journey into an experience that whispers of simplicity and solace. It begins with a sound, the soft patter of rain against the window, a rhythm both soothing and familiar. It beckons you to draw closer to the kitchen, where a sink full of warm, soapy water awaits. The light filters through the clouds, casting a gentle glow, that dances on the surface of the water, inviting serenity into this ordinary moment. As you roll up your sleeves, feel the coolness of the porcelain sink beneath your hands, a contrast to the warmth of the water. The bubbles float lazily, reflecting the dim light, almost like tiny galaxies suspended in time. You take a moment to simply breathe, welcoming the scent of lavender dish soap, sweet and earthy. Into your space, you pick up a plate, ceramic and sturdy, still bearing the memory of the meal shared. As you submerge it into the water, the sensation is immediate, a subtle resistance, and then the soft surrender of the plate to the warmth. You begin to scrub, the sponge gliding across the surface, gently scrubbing away the remnants of yesterday's dinner. A quiet concentration settles in, your attention narrowing to the tactile rhythm of your movement, the sound of water sloshing, the soft squish of sponge against ceramic. As you wash, thoughts meander through your mind like small fish darting aimlessly. Perhaps there are worries about tomorrow or reflections on the past that tug at the edges of your awareness. Let them come and go, just as the water flows over the plate, then away. With each pass of the sponge, let intention guide you back to the present. Each plate that glides through your fingers is a moment captured, a gentle reminder of the beauty in this quiet task. You rinse the plate under the cool stream of water, watching as droplets cascade off the edges, a brief, shimmering dance before they slip away. Here, in this moment, you are both the washer and the washed. You can feel the warmth of the water seeping into your senses, a comforting embrace that washes away the external clamor of the day, leaving a silence that hums within. As you stack the plates to dry, the silence of the kitchen becomes a cocoon, enveloping you in warmth. You lean in closer, noticing the way the light catches the edges of the dishes, illuminating their curves. Each plate is a story. One bears the faint imprint of a beloved meal, while another is a gift, its patterns vibrant and new. You allow yourself to be present, absorbing the textures and colors, a celebration of the mundane, of what it means to be alive and awake in this very moment. The rhythm of your washing is punctuated by the sound of rain tapping against the window. With each drop, a reminder of the world beyond, soft and persistent, creating its own gentle symphony. A flicker of thought flutters by, perhaps a need to hurry, to finish quickly and move on. Gently, you acknowledge that thought, letting it drift past like a cloud in the sky. This moment is yours. There is no rush, no need to hurry through what can be savored. You continue your task, embracing fully the simplicity of each movement. Pick up a fork, its surface reflecting the light, a small, shining beacon in your hand. As you scrub, you can almost feel the imprint of the last meal shared around a table, the laughter, the stories, the connection simmered into its very being. In this, you find a thought: how simple acts carry the weight of love, of shared experiences, and how much beauty dwells in the unnoticed corners of life. You dissolve into the rhythm of washing, the bubbles becoming clouds of thoughts, the sink, your universe. Each moment is a reminder of the preciousness of time, of the small rituals that weave the tapestry of daily life. The kitchen feels alive, filled with the scent of soap and the sound of rain, an orchestra of ordinary wonders. With the last plate rinsed and set to dry, a sense of completion settles in, warm and comforting. You take a step back, observing the neat stack of clean dishes, their surfaces glistening with droplets of water, the outcome of your effort. A small testament to being here, now. In this moment, stillness envelops you like a soft blanket, and within it blooms an appreciation, a tender gratitude for the ability to engage fully with the mundane. As you wipe your hands on a towel, you feel the soft fabric against your fingertips, grounding you. It absorbs the moisture and remnants of your work, inviting you to recognize the richness of the present. It's the satisfaction that arises from being engaged in simply doing without distraction, without expectation. You take a deep breath, filling your lungs with the freshness of the once distant rain, now becoming a slow, steady cadence. Each sound holds space for reflection, for stillness. You stand here in the gentle light of the kitchen, allowing yourself to simply be not just a person washing dishes, but a thread in the fabric of life, woven into the moment by the simple act of presence. As you step away from the sink, notice the faintness of the watermarks on your hands, the scent of lavender still lingering. This quiet accomplishment, though small, resonates through your day, a reminder that within the flow of life, there lies a profound stillness waiting for you to stop, to listen, to wash away the noise. In this moment, you are enough. You are here, and for this, you can be grateful. As you settle into your space, take a moment to find your breath. Okay? Inhale deeply, feeling the air fill your lungs as you expand with it. And then exhale slowly, releasing the day's remnants. Allow your thoughts to drift like clouds across the sky of your mind, softening the edges of your worries as you bring your awareness to this very moment. Let nature's pulse, whether it is the gentle hum of distant cars passing, the rustling of leaves, or perhaps the quiet pitter-patter of rain, anchor you into the here and now. Allow yourself to simply be, letting the stillness take root within you. As we embark together on a quiet journey of discovery, there was a day when the sky wore a blanket of gray, heavy and full, as if it were cradling the world close to its heart. It began with a soft undulation of raindrops pattering gently against the window panes, each drop a music note in a delicate symphony. In a small kitchen, a woman named Clara stood before the sink, her hands immersed in warm, soapy water, a dishcloth cradling the unwieldy remnants of a meal just passed. With each cup she lifted, she felt the weight of the porcelain, cool and smooth, against her fingertips. A fork, glistening in the suds, slipped from her grasp and danced across the sink before resting on the base with a tiny plink, the sound barely rising above the whispers of rain. Through the window, the world blurred beneath a curtain of droplets, and Clara paused, her breath matching the rhythm of the rain. This was her moment. She was here. She washed the plate, rubbing her thumb over the surface, feeling the grooves, the slight imperfections where countless meals had left their marks. Each stroke became a meditation, a reminder to appreciate the ordinary. The fragrant soap floated through the air, a light scent of lavender, a bouquet distilled into tiny bubbles that clung and danced playfully around the sink as she scrubbed. Clara became aware of the subtle sensations, the warm water swirls around her wrists and the foam's gentle caress against her skin. The world outside seemed so distant, while she remained anchored in this intimate connection to her surroundings. The soft, steady drumming of the rain, now an inviting embrace, enveloped her like a mother's lullaby. Thoughts began to drift through her mind like wisps of fog. Perhaps it was a fleeting concern about the work awaiting her, or a worry about her son who had gone off to pursue his dreams. But as soon as they surfaced, she chose to acknowledge them and then release them like leaves floating away upon a stream. They could come back later. But for now, there was this moment, this simple act of cleaning. She dipped the glass into the water, its clear surface shining with an inner light that seemed to echo the growing gentleness of her heart. It was possible to connect deeply with such simple tasks, she mused. Each gesture became a prayer of gratitude, a celebration of nourishment shared, of moments spent around this kitchen table, a sacred space. The rain began to gather strength, each drop now joining in a chorus, intensifying and crescendoing in a joyful embrace. Clara turned her face toward the cool glass of the window, allowing herself to enjoy the sensation of raindrops like tiny kisses against her skin. She felt the connection between herself and the world outside, a unison of life awakening and stis renewing itself. The flowers in the garden, vibrant and colorful, were rejoicing beneath the nourishing patter, their petals drinking deeply, their fragrance rising through the open window in an aromatic invitation as she returned to her task. The warmth of the steam mingled with a gentle breeze, wrapping around her shoulders like a comforting shawl. She placed the glass on the rack to dry, watching as the water droplets slid off, glistening like tiny diamonds before surrendering completely to gravity. With every cup she washed, every fork and knife she rinsed, she found herself more present, more engaged in the moment and active, participant in this familiar dance that seemed to call her deeper into stillness. There was something profound in the simple dance of dishwashing, she realized. It mirrored the ebbs and flows of life, the joy of creation, and the inevitability of return to simplicity. Each meal prepared, every dish washed, was a cycle, a beautiful reminder that life's gestures can hold meaning if we allow ourselves the space to feel them, to breathe them in fully. The rain began to ease like a soft sigh, and Clara, sensing that her work was drawing to a close, allowed her heart to expand with contentment. She thought of her son again, wondering where he was now, perhaps immersed in his own joys and struggles. She could offer him no tighter embrace than the love nestled in her heart, and maybe, just maybe, it was enough. Inspired by the rain's embrace, she poured herself a cup of tea, warm, fragrant, a moment to reflect on the dance of the day. She settled at her kitchen table, a newfound clarity draping over her like the warmth of a well-worn blanket. She could hear the occasional plop of water kissing the pavement outside, mingling with the distant rumble of thunder, while the world, washed clean and bright with possibility, with each sip, she concentrated on the warmth spreading through her body, the earthiness of the tea grounding her spirit, filling the void left by bittersweet thoughts. She observed the way the steam curled and twisted above the cup, tracing patterns in the air like the thoughts within her, ephemeral yet persistent. The rain had given her this pause, this moment of grace amidst the busyness of life, a reminder to seek beauty in the mundane, to find joy in the quiet corners. As Clara savored her tea, the rain began to relent further, leaving behind a world that glimmered with freshness and possibility. She could see that each drop, once heavy and laden with moisture, had now released its burdens, gracing the earth with glistening reminders to awaken, to grow and thrive. And so it is with us, Clara reflected. We too may release our burdens, breathe deeply, and embrace the simplicity of being, surrendering to the beauty that surrounds us. Each moment, like the rain, offers itself to the dance of life's invitation to immerse ourselves in the now, to find tenderness in the ordinary, and to sip from the cup of stillness that awaits us within. As the last notes of rain fade into memory, may we carry the warmth of this moment forward, feeling the gentle pulse of life in our hearts. In this gentle moment, let us pause to breathe, inhaling the richness of the air that surrounds us. Feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, or the gentle coolness of a breeze that caresses your face. The world is alive. Everything is interconnected. Each sensation a thread woven into the fabric of now. In this space of stillness, let us allow thoughts to come and go like clouds drifting in a vast sky. There is nothing to do but listen to the unfolding of today, to embody the present with every breath we take. It was an afternoon like any other in the small, sunlit kitchen. The rhythmic sound of dripping water echoed, mingling with the faint chatter of birds outside the window, where daisies danced in the breeze. Emily stood by the sink, arms submerged in warm, soapy water, watching as bubbles bubbled tiny worlds of shimmering reflection containing the light of the sun's golden rays. She let the water flow over her hands, quietly noting the sensation of warmth, the slip of the dishes as they moved between her grasp. Today, she chose to wash the dishes mindfully, a practice she had discovered recently. Each plate, each cup, a canvas for her presence. It's an opportunity to anchor herself in the moment as she lifted a ceramic mug. Cool and heavy with the residue of yesterday's coffee, she felt the contours of its handle against her fingertips. Mug was chipped, its wear speaking of shared moments with friends. Each scar a memory, every imperfection a testament to life lived. She closed her eyes for just a heartbeat, letting that gentle touch take her back to laughter and stories shared over steaming cups. The aroma of roasted beans lingered, a soft reminder of warmth and connection. She began to scrub, her movements slow and deliberate. The sound of brushes squeaked against glazed surfaces, mingling with the ambient sounds of the homed ticking clock in the corner. A distant car horn blaring, the soft rustle of fabric as her cat settled onto a sun-warmed spot on the kitchen floor. Crucially, she tuned into the beat of her own breath, steady and calming, a heartbeat in the symphony of life around her. With each plate she washed and rinsed, Emily observed not just the physical act, but the exchange of sensations, the warmth of the water against her skin, the gentle grip of the dishcloth, the fragrant sweetness of liquid soap. Time slipped away, and there was only this here, now, swirling rivers of foam and the shining promise of cleanliness. Like a heightened awareness of the beauty found in the simplicity of task, as she transitioned from plate to fork, she noticed a twinge of thought worries about tomorrow. Tasks left undone, but instead of clinging to them, she recognized them as ephemeral clouds in the vast sky of her mind. She brushed them away, returning to each movement, feeling her feet anchored to the cool tile beneath her, her breath flowing in with the tide of the world outside. Conscious of her thoughts, she allowed them to come and go, observing them as if they were leaves drifting down a gentle stream. There was no need to judge them or push them away. They simply were. She acknowledged their presence, floating on the surface of her awareness, while the water continued to whisper a soft lullaby against the sides of the sink. In this state, her mind danced lightly, flitting between moments of the past and possibilities of the future, yet she anchored herself in the warm embrace of now. There was resonance in the simple act of washing those dishes, as if each plate peeled away layers of distraction, focusing her essence on the here and now. As she finished the final dish, a heavy skillet laden with yesterday's sautéing, it was as if she could hear the satisfaction in the water. Each swish of the cloth became a note in a tranquil melody, a celebration of what she had completed and the clarity that came with such focus. Here was the beauty, to take what had been, to transform it into something bright and fresh, sparkling. In the late afternoon light, she rinsed her hands under the cool, clear water, feeling every droplet cascade off her fingers like tiny jewels scattering across the floor. The sensation was a whisper of gratitude, a gentle reminder of the abundance in her life, the water, the dishes, the sun, the air, the quiet space to simply be. Emily stepped back, surveying her handiwork. The kitchen was radiant, now under the soft light, the dishes gleaming in a quiet acknowledgement of their journey from dirty to clean. She took a deep, nourishing breath, inhaling the scent of soap, mingling with the air infused with earth's warmth. It was a reminder that in the simple act of washing dishes, she had found a moment of pure presence, a brief stillness in the midst of life's chaos. And so, in this sacred space, with a heart full of gratitude and a mind gently settled, Emily understood. The true beauty of life often resides in the mundane, in the soft whisper of water, in the quiet companionship of the everyday. As she emerged from her meditative dishwashing, she carried with her a sense of peace, an inner stillness that flowed through her, carrying the warmth of presence into the vastness of her day. She knew that moments like these, when embraced with fullness and love, are the threads that weave a life well lived, one mindful breath at a time. In the soft embrace of a late afternoon light, as shadows stretch and the world outside fades into gentle hues, we invite ourselves to settle into this moment. Take a deep breath in and feel the air fill your lungs, cool and refreshing. Like a quiet stream flowing through an untouched forest, hold it for just a moment and then let it go, releasing the tension you may have been holding. Let each exhale carry away busyness, worry, and the endless chatter of the mind. Now, open your inner eye to the sweetness of simplicity, the grace found in the rhythmic dance of daily life. One perfectly ordinary event awaits your attention, an experience woven into the fabric of your day. Imagine standing in your kitchen, surrounded by the aromas of yesterday's cooking. Perhaps a hint of garlic still lingering in the air, or the warmth of freshly brewed tea cradling the space around you. The light from the window filters through the glass, casting playful patterns on the countertop. You place your hands into the cool, soothing water of the sink, feeling it embrace you like a soft whisper. Before you lie the dishes, remnants of shared moments, laughter echoing in the silence, plates adorned with the remnants of meals, forks that once clasped together stories of the day, and glasses that sparkled in the light of your conversations. Now, they wait patiently for your touch. Pick up the first plate. As your fingers curl around its edge, notice the sensations, the cool, smooth surface contrasting with the warmth of your skin, a gentle reminder of the present moment. With the soap in your other hand, allow it to glide between your fingers, its texture both slick and yielding. You squeeze a small amount into the water, watching as tiny bubbles form, rising and dancing, an orchestra of effervescence, crafting a performance that only you will witness. With a soft sponge, you begin the process of cleaning. As you bring the sponge to the plate, listen closely. Hear the sound it makes, a soft, rhythmic swishing, a lullaby of labor that welcomes you further into the now. Each stroke is deliberate, an invitation to focus on the sensations, the sounds, the very act of being. Notice how the warmth of the water melds with the sponge, creating a tender touch, a connection. As if the two are engaged in a quiet dialogue, your thoughts may wander perhaps to what's next on your to-do list, or a concern that has been nagging at the back of your mind. Acknowledge these thoughts as they arise, like clouds drifting across an expanse of sky. They come and they go. Instead of being swept away by their currents, gently return your awareness to the plate, your hands. The rhythmic motion of washing dot. With each pass of the sponge, you begin to feel the plate yield beneath your touch. Soap slicks away the remnants of the meal, dissolving into the warm water, as if letting go of worries and burdens built up over time. Notice how each motion is a meditation, every circular stroke a mantra, every drop of water a reminder of change. It's fluid and ever-present. What was once a vessel for food becomes a vehicle for your mindfulness, a reminder that, like this plate, you too could be cleansed and renewed. As you rinse it under the delicate stream of water, feel the weight shift in your hands, a lightness emerging. Watch as the bubbles cascade off, as if the intricate dance of whiteness dissolves into clear, complicated water, revealing the surface that was always beneath. As you place the rinsed plate into the drying rack, listen to the gentle clink as it meets the others. A symphony of everyday existence, rising and falling like the tides that shape the shore. There is beauty in the sound, in the connection of things as they join together in their shared purpose. Each plate, each fork, each cup contributing to the essence of the home you are nurturing. You move on to a glass, its smooth rim grasped firmly between your fingers. The droplets of water resting on the surface shimmer like tiny jewels, each one holding the essence of life itself. Can envelop yourself in this moment. Imagine you are part of the glass, part of the water, part of the very rhythm of existence. Intently, You scrub it with a sponge, feeling the slipperiness of the soap, the tingle of tiny bubbles against your skin. With each move, you surrender a little more to the present, to the unfolding experience. You notice the sounds of the world, outside, gently creeping in the distant laughter of children playing, the rustle of leaves dancing in the breeze, the hum of life weaving its way through the air. Let these sounds wash over you, blending with the sounds of water and sponge, enveloping you in a cocoon of awareness. This is the interface of life, the intermingling of your actions and the world. Around you, a tapestry, rich with vibrancy, aliveness, and the beauty of intercon. Next, pause for a moment. Close your eyes if it feels right, and take a deep breath. With each inhale, feel yourself rooted in this space, in this time, as the air flows into you, filling you, expanding you. With each exhale, let go of the outside world, of any distractions that threaten to pull your attention away. You are simply here, standing at the sink, in communion with your tasks. There's a shift now. A serenity wraps around you, a stillness amidst the activity. As you return to the task, let the movement become meditative. The rhythmic strokes, the sound of water flowing, the gentle clink of ceramic. Feel your body engage, muscles subtly shifting as you reach for the next item. It is all part of the same flow. A dance that celebrates the mundane yet remarkable act of caring for your home. Each dish becomes a sacred offering, a moment savored rather than a chore completed. What once felt monotonous transforms into something sacred, a practice of gratitude towards the simple sustenance they provided. You realize that each piece is a reflection of love, of connection, of sharing and looking after one another. As you find yourself nearing the end of this ritual, give yourself the grace to reflect. There is joy, even in the simplest of actions. Think of all the life you have touched today. Who shared meals at this very table? The hands that held these plates, the voices that mingled in the air. And now, here you stand, honoring all of these moments through the simple act of cleaning. The last dish waits before you, the final stroke, the final rinse. You lift it with a gentle touch, a sense of completion washing over you like the water, cascading from the tap. As you place it in the drying rack, let yourself linger a moment longer, reveling in this stillness, in this connection to the world around you, in the silence that follows. Notice the richness of the moment. Like the dance of water and soap, life unfolds in gentle rhythms, each ordinary task an opportunity for mindfulness and connection. Return now to your breath, the anchor that keeps you rooted. Breathe in the fullness of this present moment. Breathe out the remnants of yesterday and the uncertainties of tomorrow. You are here, cradled in stillness, woven into the fabric of this life, as essential and beautiful as the dishes you just washed. Take this piece with you as you step into your next moment, wherever that may lead.